This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Arkari Lindburn of Cerberus, Luna Celeste of Sargatanis, Clive Owens of Excalibur. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio.
Live from Eorzean.
Limit Break Radio. With your hosts, Nero.
Let's see what's on this dying form of media communication called the radio.
Hollow.
I'm doing good in the game, so I'm doing good in life!
Juxtaposition.
Yeah, he does have a lot of really weird made-up sounding catchphrases.
Escalia.
Sorry, not sorry.
And Mika.
She just talked to me like I'm an idiot.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode number 49, one away from epic number 50. Next Super Sunday,
Tune in live for Limit Break Radio.
That's right.
Super Bowl 50 and LBR 50. I think we know which is the bigger event.
Where the Uldoc Hollows take on the Limson Escalias.
The Scaduals.
The Escaduals.
Whatever.
It's going to be a slaughter.
How did we make it to the Super Bowl?
Welcome to Limit Break Radio. Thank you guys for joining us live over at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio. We're happy to have you here on this fine Sunday. And super excited to have stuff to actually talk about this week.
Oh, yeah, did that live letter happen?
It did
That was pretty
happen.
sweet.
It did happen.
Chuck said actually
There are
told
some
me
things.
that it was Saturday night, and I'm like, oh, great, this is going to be a scramble getting an outline together like the morning before.
No, of course. He's wrong. Every time. We get it wrong every time. I don't know why we think it's Saturday night every time. It's always Friday night into Saturday.
I tried.
Nice job, Juxta.
He did try.
You did try.
I failed, sure, but I tried, which is more than what anyone else did.
Well, at least you tried.
Kooky got it right.
Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time joining us, hit that follow button. And if you'd like to be a live caller here to Limit Break Radio, because we let you do that kind of thing. It's not just insulated, isolated hosts that, you're only getting our narrow opinions about Final Fantasy XIV. We want to hear from you. Give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. Kooky Persona will be happy to handle your call and pass you right along to us. And we thank her for her service. Kooky does a wonderful job each week helping us out, and she will be the friendly voice on the other end of the line. So we hope that you'll give us a call and let us know what you think about the upcoming patch 3.2 and live
Gears of Change.
Live letter 27. Yes.
Was anyone else really disappointed in the logo title art?
It's Minfilia. I thought it was your bay.
Wait, was it?
Yeah, that's Minfilia, bro.
No, I just saw 2 gears as like my.
Oh, that version. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but there's like a more like drawn version that is like Minfilia and the Mother Crystal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw the Gears too, Jackson. I thought that kind
all I
of
saw.
sucks.
Yeah.
But the gears apparently are references to things.
They symbolize change.
How about the
Symbolizes
fact
my
that they're
nutsack.
changing a bunch of the gear, the way that it works and stuff?
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It's
guys.
also a reference to Alexander.
And Marcus Phoenix.
It's all bad.
So we're going to talk about the live letter 26. or 27. Sorry, 27. But really, this is like Live Letters 26 and 27 rolled into one because both of them were about patch 3.2 and the changes that are about to come. And so, yeah, that if you want to talk about that, we would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are. It's still pretty fresh. We're still, sussing a lot of that out. But that's why we want to hear from you. Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. But before we start talking about the live letter, Juxta, I wanted to congratulate you on finishing your relic.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Congrats.
It was a very long, hard, epic... No, I casually grinded that shit out like it was nothing.
Yeah.
We are now Relic Brothers.
Relic Dick Brothers.
Yes.
You guys...
Those are our dicks.
Clink.
They're metal.
You guys did. You guys got through it. Congratulations. I don't know. Wait.
How do you feel at the end of it?
Yeah.
Underwhelmed.
Empty inside?
No, wait, hold
I feel
on.
glowless.
Nobody should feel underwhelmed because you kind of know what you're getting. Like, I kind of finished. I'm like, all right, there, it's finished now.
Also, it's not finished. It's a step
for
one.
now. I mean, it did suck that you went from having...
It's not supposed to be crazy.
It does suck that you went from having a sweet-ass glow to no glow.
It definitely should have been switched.
But the thing is, if you think about it, it's always like... I mean, it was a recolor. It was a recolor of the Easter weapon. So you get the color, you get the glow, you get the glow, you get the glow.
Wait,
so
what?
this is the step. But yeah,
No.
the original ones were recolors of the Easter weapons. They were.
Oh, you mean before you upgrade them to the current final stage?
Yeah. So then what's going to happen is now that there's a new design, the next step will be the glow. Then we'll get a new design, and
it
next
just
will be the
seems
glow.
weird to give such a sweet glow.
It
so
was a good
early
glow.
on. Yeah,
It
they're
was a
fucking
really good
cool
glow.
as shit.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I get a glow.
Yeah, no, actually, some people do get a glow. Yours is different, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's because when I saw it, I was kind of salty about it. We get a particle effect, and then the particle effect goes away. What you have is actually a glow within the blade. That's pretty fucking sweet.
It is pretty cool.
But the actual awakened or whatever glow is pretty sweet on every weapon. It like swirls around.
I'm actually legit excited to be able to get my weapon. And by the way, I want to send a huge shout out and thank you to Thor Carson, who provided me the synth materials for my weapon last night. And now I just got
them?
Yes, all of them.
Thor,
just gave them.
you are so
what a fucking
awesome.
nice guy.
I know, he's so good at sucking LBR dick. He's like the best.
It really is impressive.
Well, I'm getting close to mine. I'm at some.
Let me ask you a question, Thor. Were you also able to work the anal beads in there as well? Because I was able to work anal beads into my opening. Look at that. All right, so before we barrel on into the live letter, dudes, because we've got a lot to talk about here between the Gears of Change, new content, MSQ, other Nath Beast Tribe Quest, Alexander Midas. We got a ton of stuff to talk about, but first, we got some. So close. God damn it, we got some news to check out.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
I was counting in my head, Thor. I thought we were colluding on this.
He almost had it.
I know.
The end of his speech did overrun the production.
I know. Our safe word was anal beads.
Oh, you guys actually got in on it to try and get it there?
We did. We tried to collude on that.
Is that why he sent you the items?
No, it's
is he
not.
buying time on LBR?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Content.
All right. So
you still fucked it up, though.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's what your money buys you on LBR.
All right. So we got the Final Fantasy XIV fan kit. That's a thing.
Is that really a fan kit or is it just a wallpaper?
It's wallpapers. I don't really know what.
Fan kits usually also include little avatar icons for forums, and they include different themes. But I only see a wallpaper.
Yeah, I want soundbite.
And really, all this is just Y'shtola from Dissidia. It's really underwhelming. I don't know why this deserved a front page post on
Very
on the
poor
Lodestone.
fan kit. But usually the fan kit includes some official art of the patch and stuff, and this is just fucking.
Well, it's not even related to the patch. It's just Y'shtola in Dissidia.
It's not even a great picture of her.
No.
Granted, Y'shtola is better than Minfilia, though.
Well, yeah, but
okay, I'll grant you that. Also, we've got the Valentine's Day event. How do you even say this? How do you say
Valention?
Valentajones.
I hate that word. I hate it. You know how there's like words that like you hear and they instantly bother you? You know, like some people are bothered by the word moist.
Oh, or Escalia. That one bothers me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a little. That is
Well,
pretty
look at
irritating.
that sex bed. Don't you want that?
Wait, there's a sex bed?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get a sex bed.
It's a heart-shaped bed. It's called the Paramore bed.
Oh, okay. Now, I guess it's kind of cool, but the real sex bed is the Marlboro one.
No, that's creepy.
Yeah.
And look at those. The chairs are so cute. You can put them together and make a heart.
I really do feel like there should be some loops on that bed for like where the silk ties go. That's what's missing.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and
Silk ties. You go right to the chains, bro. Come on.
I'm gonna put that on screen real quick. There we go. That's some of the rewards that we're gonna be getting from the. I'm not even gonna dignify. It's Valentine's. It's gonna be from the Valentine's Day.
That's fine. You can call it that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what I'm calling it because I'm not calling it the other thing.
Valentine, not that hard to say. Though.
Stop it.
Valentine.
I hate.
Valentine one.
Valentione.
Valentine.
Valentine.
Bad.
It's not even Valentine. It's Valentine.
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 Valencians.
How about Valentine? How about that? Is that? Can we do that? Is that good? No.
Lisette de Valentine.
Anyway, so yeah, if you want to get your digital fuck bet on, then I guess get excited for this event. But it kind of makes me want to kill myself, so I'm not gonna.
What?
Just a little bit.
Sarah never does them, but good thing Sarah and I share a house now. I can redecorate.
Oh, I'm sure that CERN is so thrilled about
Senpai,
that.
if you needed another place to crash, my FC house is open to you.
Oh God, yeah. Anyway, so that's really it in terms of FF14 news outside of the live letter. But before we actually get into the live letter, I want to address something that went down after the show here last week.
For hours and hours and hours.
Oh
Like
my
4
God.
hours, 12
Oh
hours?
my God.
24.
So after we wrapped up the show, towards the end of the show, everyone heard me address Darkstar in our chat, aka Starcade, for going on a big tirade and rant about how Get Good is dead. Now,
it is an important crusade.
Now, this guy has sent us. So he's been on this shit for weeks in the chat room. I told him, you know what? If it means that much to you, write an email. He sent a 9-page manifesto.
Guys, can I talk about this for a second? Because I was the first one to read through it, and this was so terrible. I mean, he made his points and shit okay, but dude, take a creative writing class. I don't even think that I could make that thing interesting. It was so boring to read.
It just goes in circles because it's written. You know what it's like. Have you ever seen the movie Seven? Have you ever? Yeah, you know Kevin.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you know Kevin Spacey's diaries in the movie Seven. I think those probably made more sense than that email did. And so we thought about, hey, should we read this on air? No. Because we're not going to waste an hour and a half trying to read through somebody's fucking
manifesto.
Insane writings.
Sorry, not sorry.
What about listen to a 15-minute video on it?
So he did that. I made it through, 2 minutes of that shit before I was like, I can't give this any attention whatsoever.
Was a trooper. He made a TLDR for us.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed by that.
Is that why you've been crying most of the week? You haven't seemed like yourself.
It was really bad.
Was it? Was it? Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It's a pretty brutal job sifting through all that darkness.
I bet it is. So anyway, after the show wrapped up last week, he sat in the chat room and essentially harassed the LB Army for 2 hours in the chat. Jeez. And it finally came down to, I was like, look, if you really want your message to get out there, if you really want to address it, and if you have a little bit of balls and some dignity, you'll actually call the show. And it sounds like he's actually done that. So is that who we have on the line? Do we have Starcade Hellraiser?
We're working on it.
Oh, we're working on it. Oh,
I don't even know if he's here today.
No, I'm told.
We were told.
I'm told that he wants to call in.
Huh?
And so I think we're trying to work on making that happen right now. But
He must not
for
give.
whatever reason, his fucking moronic Skype won't group chat.
Okay, he probably has a weird connection coming from his Council of Doom. Okay, guys, just give him a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe his tinfoil hat's tied on a little bit too tight and
messing with the reception.
Yeah. So maybe we're not going to take a call from him. I was looking forward to it.
I really tried to call in, guys. I really did.
We got it. We got it.
Oh, okay. All right. It's about time. So is this Starcade?
Yes, it is. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Starcade. Okay, so here's your big moment. Okay, so why don't you explain to everyone what you've been trying to annoy us with for now 5 or 6 weeks? Go on.
Yes, I'm socially awkward. Thank you, Juxta.
The floor is all yours.
The floor is mine. Well, basically, I've been listening for about the last 5 or 6 weeks to you guys talking about a lot of things that basically I believe are basically going to get us back to where Final Fantasy XI was back when you thought the game was good. And I think this is what you're trying to do is get good. You're talking about EP gear, you're talking about board gear, you're talking about making guild valuable, you're talking about, making the fights harder and more meaningful, and you're trying to basically say people should want to get better. That's what you guys have been saying, and I'm telling you that for several reasons, that's not going to work here.
Okay, why is it not going to work?
Okay, the first part of this is that I'm going to be very blunt and honest with you. The rank and file North American player base is just too stupid. I mean, I'll give you an example from about 10 minutes ago on your own chat log there. Thor Carson basically was actually making a comment that somebody on Reddit, in response to the live letter that you'll talk about here in a few minutes, was talking about that they wanted to make they demanded a refund of their esoterics based on the makeup of their gear because of the way they're going to change doing tanks. That's one example. I've been making a number of YouTube videos also, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm also not immune to the stupid. I'm not coming here and telling you otherwise. If Get Good succeeds, you guys are going to have me thrown off this game, and I'm being very serious.
No, it would be such a loss. Okay.
That's fine. I'm just telling you, because here's the thing. One of the things that I think you have completely forgotten is how this game was built. And I'm going to give you something that I found on Kotaku. This is from 2010.
Legitimate sources, guys. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. No. I know you're not going to believe me spouting off, so I'm going to give you something here. It's from an article called Final Fantasy XIV's Play Limiting Fatigue System Explained. It was an update done after they basically got a translation to the English language. Basically, I'm trying to get this. Nobuaki Komodo basically was trying to explain how everything was going to work, and in so doing, do you want me to give you the Japanese translation?
Just get on with it. Jesus, go. Get on with it. Get to your point.
All right, fine. Okay, basically, here's the translation that was given to the English language beta site. Firstly, the concept for Final Fantasy XIV was to design a system of character progression that offers meaningful investment for those with limited time to dedicate to playing. Okay? They built this for filthy fucking casuals.
That's your big point?
You know what else we've been being told? The other thing that we've been hearing is that Final Fantasy XIV is not a PvP game. Yet here we are getting huge fucking PvP updates that people are so fucking excited for. You do not have to design a game with one sole objective or with one piece of type of people in mind for it. You can make a game for multiple audiences.
The problem is
that a foreign idea?
Coming over the top of the rest of it. This is what happened in 11, and I think Square Enix saw this and decided to rectify those mistakes.
Okay, all right, but you know what? Here's the thing. Okay, first of all, you're quoting an article from 2010. Okay, way before A Realm Reborn, and way before this game actually had a community and a player base.
We all know
underneath
1.0 was bad.
Yeah, that's what was clear. Okay, I understand that. Oh, hey. dumbass, I'm talking. If you're trying to, if you're gonna waste time trying to talk over me, then I don't know what the fuck you're trying. Like, you're not gonna make your point over me, okay? This is how a discussion works. I talk, then you talk. You don't talk at the same time, because if you're talking at the same time, you're not fucking listening.
Greatest conversation ever.
Okay?
It's a hard concept to get when you're used to making YouTube videos.
I know, it's fascinating. So listen, okay, you're quoting an article from 2010. Now, it's 6 years from that. We've got a player base, we've got different people who do different things in this game. There is a hardcore community, and the fact is, you want to fucking ignore that. There is an endgame community that plays this game that has 4 fights that are even remotely challenging at all. And that's the trend that's going to continue. And all we've been saying, and the thing that you don't understand about Get Good is that it's not a call for any one type of content or any one community to be supported in this game. All it is a challenge for the individual to say, okay, I'm struggling at this content and I need to get better. I need to take it upon myself to actually get better and not blame other people or blame the system or blame the blame the developers or whine and cry about it on a forum or a fucking blog. Okay? That's the point of Get Good. So if you're talking about Get Good succeeding or failing, there's nothing to succeed or fail. It's just an idea. It's a notion. It's a personal mantra. It's not supposed to go any farther than that. It's not a movement, you dumb idiot. So I don't understand what the fuck you're railing against.
It's a challenge that is irrelevant, first off, okay? It's a challenge that is irrelevant. We can send 4 people off the damn ledge of Titan hard and still clear the damn shit. Now, here's the thing. What you don't understand is I don't want this game to turn into what 11 became. Okay? And I think that that's what you're trying to do. You can
that's fucking ridiculous!
Oh my God!
You're missing the point.
You're going in over the top. Now, you don't want me to interrupt? I'll do the same. I'll ask for the same.
Hi. This is a radio show, and we actually get to control the volume. So that's actually not how that works. So no, we actually don't want to turn this into FF11. Okay. So I don't know where you're pulling that from, but again, look, we did not bring you on the air to have another fucking manifesto. Okay. If you want to have a discussion, have a fucking discussion.
Point. That's your first mistake at that point. All I'm going to tell you is that I've been listening for about the last 6 weeks as to a lot. I mean, you talk about the we want. I'm hearing a lot of we want.
That is you. Yeah, you, right.
That from you. I'm hearing a lot from you. And all I'm saying is, first off, at least you're getting the effectiveness, because a lot of this ambulance stuff we want is because we get. Maybe you need to go back and understand you had the possibility to get this done in 255 when they had the Steps of Faith fight until they took Bishop, turned him over, and neutered him.
And where's it getting the populations of the game? It's getting cut in half.
The goods are leaking.
The population is objectively going down.
Darkstar, here's the fallacy in your logic. If you think that our Get Good means we want this game to be turned into FF11, by that logic, Get Good has succeeded because they're making shit easier. So, by that logic, Get Good has succeeded, yet you're saying it's failed, which proves that you don't understand what Get Good means, despite the fact we have explained it to you.
He's saying we want FF11 from like back in TOAU days. That's
the hard FF11.
Yeah, the actual FF11.
No, Get Good has nothing to do with what the developers do to the game.
It doesn't.
If somebody comes on here and says, guys, I've been playing Lords of Verminion because I really want that Twitania minion, but it's just too hard. They should make changes to Verminion. Guess what? We tell them 2 things. 1, Lords of Verminion is shit. And 2, Get Good. And that has nothing to do with anything hardcore or anything Final Fantasy XI. All it means is to sit down, take a look at yourself, and figure out what you as a person can do to further your skills.
Yeah, you can't just conflate points like our points about incentive and then talking about get good, because you're talking about massively different things here.
I disagree entirely, because I think that a lot of this incentive is often being used to basically, like, for example, you're going to go in with 8 people in a fight and then there's one donkey. That donkey is effectively disrupting your play. That could be actionable if you really want to.
Oh, God! Okay.
All right. What you're talking about now has nothing to do with what the.
Yeah. Okay. No.
I bet you're terrible at connect the dots.
Look. Starcade. Okay. Listen. Okay. We could sit here and spin this off into a million different directions. Okay. You've annoyed the chat. Now you've annoyed us on the show. You've brought your opinions on. Nobody is agreeing with you. Nobody in the chat is agreeing with you. Nobody on the show is agreeing with you. Okay. So, there's sometimes every once in a while when everyone around you, like, you realize that no one likes you, sometimes you have to look in the mirror and actually figure out what that's about. Like when everyone in you has just fucking walked out on you left and right and argued with you and tried to tell you that you're being an obnoxious shit. Okay, I'm here to tell you in front of everyone, you're being obnoxious and you're being fucking obtrusive. Okay, I get that you have an opinion and that you want to fucking defend all of the filthy fucking casuals. Fine, okay, I get it. There is a wealth of content for you to log in and do every day to your filthy content, to your filthy casuals' heart content. Okay, there's 4 fights for anyone who's at a different skill level, and that needs to be adjusted. And if Square Enix doesn't want to do it, they're going to keep losing players. That's plain and simple. So go play Blade and Soul. Go play go play some game that has an easy jackpot button. I get it that this game has one right now, but you know what? In my opinion, it shouldn't have that. And I don't give a shit what your opinion is. Good job. You disagree. That's nice. Where are we going to go from here? Put it on your blog, jackass.
And that I actually believe it, okay? You didn't think that I believed this shit, okay?
No, I actually didn't think you had the nuts to call in. And this has gone from being slightly entertaining to now just boring and dull because you're a dullard. Okay, that's fine. I get it. You don't agree, and you have nothing interesting to say beyond that. That's fine. You've wasted 30 minutes of our time. I get it. Do you have anything else meaningful to contribute to the conversation besides I disagree?
In your opinion, I mean, basically, I can go and do and show you some of the numbers I've crunched as far as Arthur's chart, if you so desire.
No, I don't want any fucking numbers.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Okay,
what does numbers have to do with personal fucking philosophy?
Yeah, this doesn't. Okay, that's nice. We've given this more than enough time, Starcade. You have a nice day. Thanks for calling Limit Break.
That was dumb.
Yeah, it really was. Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. I gave you your platform. Your idea is out there. Congratulations. You're a fucking nutter.
For those of you wondering, he basically just did regurgitate exactly what the email said.
It is literally almost word for word what that email said.
It's like once we came back with him with something, he's like, oh shit, on to the next paragraph.
Yes, no response, on to next point. I thought I was actually going to get something out of that, maybe a little bit of emotion or something. No.
That was sad.
It was.
That's what it was.
It was sad. It was. If you'd like to call Limit Break Radio and maybe cheer us up a little bit and maybe not be a complete and utter loser.
I have a palate cleanser.
Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715.
I have a palate cleanser.
Oh, okay.
Cleanse that palate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Today,
I can't believe that happened. $1 for each minute he wasted. You guys have the patience of saints.
Thank you, Melchithera.
Today is Tam2's birthday.
Oh.
And he is in chat right now.
Is he really?
He is.
Oh, Tam2.
Happy birthday, bro.
Should we should give him a Limit Break Radio happy birthday.
Oh, should we?
We should.
Let's do it.
All right, ready?
On the count of 3. Is everybody ready?
Yep, ready.
All right.
You guys remember
Everybody does
their own version of happy birthday.
Oh, that's
remember?
right.
Yep. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
ready?
remember.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Tam2. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Tam2. It's your birthday. You're so cool. I love you, Tam2.
Happy birthday, yo.
Happy birthday. There you go, Tom 2.
Ouch.
Yeah, that kind of...
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done that.
That's terrible.
Happy birthday, Tom 2. It's nice for him to drop in.
Yeah.
Old school
Said
LBR
he's
casting.
treating himself today. That's why he's listening to us.
That's awesome.
Aww.
I'm so happy. All right, so let's talk about this live letter because we're 35 minutes into the show and we haven't even addressed this yet. Okay, so...
we're going to have some entertaining points brought up on the show?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No? Oh, okay.
What?
No, hold on.
There's some cool stuff in this
There
patch.
is something really amazing and great coming in 3.2, so you'll know it when we get there. Trust me, worry you not.
All right. So let's. So of course, live letter 27 going down on Friday night. Juxta.
Yeah, well, sure was. Thanks to me.
Juxta. By the way, can I ask a question? Like for all of those who actually watched the live letter live, like what was up with that gigantic volume spike in the middle of it? It literally woke me up. Like it scared the fucking piss out of me. Jinx McNinja throwing a get good out there.
Can't do that. It's a dead concept. It doesn't work.
Thank you.
Get dead.
It's dead.
Can't say that.
It's as dead as this podcast is.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And so, all right. What was up with that?
I was asleep.
I think I learned more from watching Beavis and Butthead than listening to Dark Penis hashtag he got a 9 cock mouth.
Hashtag he got a 9. Okay, all right. Well, see, Darkstar, your opinions are so bad that people are actually giving money to say how dumb you are. It's amazing. I find that fact blows my mind.
I'm the troll guy?
Yes, you are. Congratulations. I mean, we gave you the attention that you wanted. All right, stop bothering our chat. That's really what we wanted. Okay, we gave you what you want. Now quit harassing our fucking chat room. Okay, because the LB Army doesn't deserve it. You want to call us? Fine. We'll be annoyed with you. But send us email. Whatever. Just fucking leave the chat alone.
It is very.
These people are nice people.
Here are some numbers to crunch points to dills.
It is very seldom that people in our chat will actually just be like, just hang up. For God, please, just hang up.
Oh, I know. And we hung with that. We hung with that a lot longer than I think most people would.
We get people who ask like, please tear into this person. But not often that we get just hang up.
Yeah.
Right? People would prefer Robert from New York over this guy.
I know. Anyway.
Is he dead, by the way?
Who knows?
Just ask Kooky. I'm sure Kooky knows.
So, volume spike. I was sleeping, unfortunately, because I was fucking.
Yeah, I was sleeping to
tired.
the stream. I had the stream on.
That's why.
Woke me up.
That's why they're like, all these people over in America are watching. Let's remind them that we're here.
Let's wake them
Crank it up.
It was legit terrifying, and I thought it broke the speakers in my TV for a second.
I got woken up by you talking in the host chat and being like, "Dear God, that actually just like broke my brain."
Yeah, like seriously, it was legit terrifying. So they started off by showing off a video of the thing that is a parser, but isn't really a parser, but sort of is a parser.
It's not a parser. You can't say that word. That's on the top 10 don't say list.
Yeah, well,
it's a DPS finder.
There was a Q&A from the official forums, but let's talk about patch 3.2 due out in February?
February 23rd.
February 23rd.
Cool.
Called the Gears of Change.
What kind of gears?
Sweet name.
Metal Gears.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Hey, that's right. I forgot we had that as a drop.
Nailed it!
So,
Very nice.
patch 3.2, the Gears of Change, and then patch 3.21 is going to be due out about 2 weeks from February 23rd, and then 3.25, 3 weeks from that point.
Is that what it is? 3 weeks from the previous point?
I think so.
Well, yeah, come on.
It's not going to
get a. I was going to say, it looks like they're finally stepping up their schedule.
Yeah, no. Well, come on, let's be honest here. And then after that, about 3.5 months, we'll get 3.35.
Why do they skip out patch 3.0?
Where's 3.3?
Because it's a secret.
Or 3.0, yeah.
They don't want to tell you when.
3.30.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, my mind is full of fuck from that time waster.
Thank you, Ryuichi.
Mine too.
Yeah. I think maybe our donation ticker might be backlogged. Like we're still working through them. Yeah.
I think these patch numbers were in reference to like the PvP season. Is that correct?
Okay.
Is that why we're skipping 3.30?
I mean, I know that each season is from the 0.5, the 0.25, 0.35, right? That's
right. Yeah, they talked about it's going to go on a 3.5 month. Every 3.5 months, the season's going to reset.
Yeah, and with 3.2, they're introducing sort of like the preseason.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
I get it. So
I think that's why they gave us this patch schedules for that PvP season information.
That makes sense. Yep. So we're going to be seeing a whole host of new content, including new main quests and side quests. We're going to be seeing
the main quest better be more than it was last time. We talked about this on the green room video. We actually sat there for like 5 minutes trying to feel like, was that really all that happened last time?
Yeah.
Well, all right, hold on. Keep in mind, since Minfilia is on this patch art, maybe we're finally
spoilers.
Maybe we're finally gonna get a clue.
No, we're definitely no. We definitely are.
It'll be the same thing. We'll get Ida and Papalymo, and then in the after credit scene, we'll see something about Minfilia. Just before.
No, they talked about Minfilia a lot in the lore, didn't they?
Yeah, when Koji Fox was on the second half of the live letter, he actually said that this patch will be exploring a lot about Minfilia and her connection to the Mother Crystal. So. Specifically.
Spoilers. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
But we're not going to get her. Like, we'll get Ida and Papalymo, and then we're going to
that's
know
not what I was saying.
Minfilia.
I never meant that we're going to get Minfilia back. Just that we're going to start seeing her or hearing about her in the MSQ.
Yeah, I would call this the Minfilia patch. She's on the artwork. It's the Minfilia patch. So we're also. I think I said this. Nath Beast Tribe dailies. There's going to be a new mount.
What the fuck at that mount?
Yeah, that one's stupid.
What is it?
No, it's not
It's not an Eorzea yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
No,
it's ugly.
Stop.
Like, okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, look at its eye. It's big, giant eye, and then it's like pointy nose. It has this like cool little face version.
It looks like
Nico,
something
what do you think is not cute?
There's a lot of things that aren't cute. I just
Are
feel
you
like
sure?
there's something about that big, giant eyeball and its pointy
Nika,
nose. It looks so cute.
That's the
it
type
looks like
of
a
thing
Pokemon.
that if you get up next to it, it's gonna whisper to you, "Kill me now."
I don't think so. I'm not seeing that at all. I see like a cute little pinchy face and a big giant anime eyeball.
Okay, well, I'd just like to know where the inspiration for that thing came from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nightmares.
It looks like a Pokemon to me.
Nightmares.
It reminds me of like those big Pokemon that cut the grass and the blades and things like that.
Scyther?
Not Scyther, the other one that came later, like in the new gen.
Yeah, when they had to start
Kind of like
recycling them because they ran out of silverware to use.
But except it has a cute face. It just reminds me of those kind of.
Here's my question, because me and Jux were talking about this before the show. Do you think that they're going to give an option to the Nath Beast Tribe quests to get something like the Vanu Whitestone for the relics?
Maybe for the next step of the relics.
So you don't think they're going to give them to this one?
You're not going to retroactively put it in there?
Yeah, because it is just an item that's in the item shop. Yeah, I think that they could.
Do you think it's going to be this like a Vanu Whitestone, or is it going to be something a completely new currency to?
No, it's going to be a whole new currency. It's going to be
Blackstone.
Yeah, it's going to be
Here's what
totally
I
different.
think. I think they're going to overlook it this time. And then when everyone's up in arms about it, they're going to be like, oh, I guess looking back, we probably should have put that currency in there. But Juxta thinks that if they do put it on there, they're going to limit you to only doing the Vanu or the Nath per day.
So you can either do one Heaven's Word Beast Tribe per day.
But
which would suck.
I don't think so. I don't
what?
think so, because when you go to the Vanu quest and you go, it still says allowance is 12, and those 3 count as your 12 for all of Eorzea's Beast.
Well, yeah, that's all of Eorzea, though. I mean,
but
I hope they don't.
could put an entirely separate gate in there, too.
I just feel like that since Vanu quests already are included as part of the 12 for your day, I don't think they would do that.
I'm just saying that the Vanu Beast Tribe quests are fucking amazing for EXP.
Yeah, they are.
They really are.
And assuming Nath are the same way and they're amazing for EXP, it would not be unlike Square Enix to say you can only do one or the other.
That's too much free XP.
That's
for the
too
day.
much. You choose one or the other. That's what I think would happen.
I don't know. It could. I hope they don't, man. I think that would be rough. I think because and Square Enix is really good about this. Is that they're really good about as patches come out, they ease the content that we already have. They ease the requirements on specifically the weapons. The weapons get eased every single time, and putting another output of those 2 items, I think that actually eases it just the right amount.
I don't know if it eases it, because even if you're doing like if you're grinding out your relic right now, you don't take the Vanus for the quickest path.
Right.
Yeah, you don't.
You need an
Vanus
extra
take 5
3
more.
tokens.
No,
or
5.
Unless you're like me and you're starting from scratch on those Beast Tribe quests,
Right,
in
it
which
is-
case
Because you're a moron.
I know.
Right, but it is.
I'm in the same spot as you, and you're like, I'm
But you
starting
can
from
get
scratch.
XP, and while you're getting XP, eventually work towards relics, even though it's 5 more.
Actually,
You're still, you get both that way.
From a Nero's point of view, it would be easing it,
it
a
would
little
actually,
bit. Yeah.
a little bit. I mean,
I did get 1 item from Vanu before I switched to the other beast.
because everyone's going to want to do the Nath anyway. So you're gonna be knocking one of those Beast Tribes off of your rotation list.
Yep.
Right, and getting an item.
Yeah. So you do, and it would. I mean, how many people would forego doing the Nath if they knew that they couldn't get an item out of it? They would just continue.
A lot of people.
Until they were done with that stage of the relic. Yeah.
Yep.
So
you know what? If I was still doing my relic, I wouldn't do the Nath because it takes an extra 5 tokens.
You know, personally, I wouldn't because I value that XP way more than the relic.
True.
I mean, let's face it, we're not getting another relic thing until after 3.2.
3.25.
Right. And, well, that is why I also decided to just grind out from one Beastman tribe quest faster and use all my poetics on just that one Beastman tribe quest so I can be done with one of them. So then I can do Nath or Vanu again and keep doing the other 3 and not really care about that one anymore. So that still works that way. Then you can go and do Nath and whatever else.
So, by the way, if you'd like to talk about any of the live letter discussions, give us a call here at Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. Kooky will be happy to deal with you, and we will get you on the air. So, all right, let's continue on here. What else we got? We've got the 2 new the 2 new dungeons that are going to be added. The Anti-Tower, which Koji Fox talked a little bit about in the second half.
The Charlian Scholars,
Yes.
right? Did they say exactly where this was located?
Yeah.
Where?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Sorry. I was reading the chat. Sorry. No, they didn't.
Thank you for that.
But they
Not
did,
thank you for
no,
that.
what they did say is that the Anti-Tower was a place that was built by the Charlayans to be able to study the Mother Crystal. So it seems like there might be, I can't remember if they said that this was tied into the MSQ or not. It seems like it would be if we're finding out.
Yes, they did at one point.
Okay, they did. Okay, so that does make sense if we're finding out about more about the Mother Crystal and Minfilia. Then yeah, of course we would go there. I have a theory that it's actually at the or it's going to be near the Aetherite Assembly Center that's been taken over by the goblins.
There's no... Oh, right. The anti-tower. So we have the theory that it's going down right into the ground. Because I'm like, there's no fucking tower over there.
No. But I mean, that seems like a likely place since that was their center devoted to Aetherite studies.
Right. It would have to be around the hinterland somewhere.
That's what I'm thinking,
I would think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I was going to hazard a guess, that's what it would be. And also, we're going to get Lost City of Amdapor Hard. Which
Hold on. Maybe the anti-tower is... Alexander's shaft, but inside of himself. So you're going up his dick.
What?
What?
The anti-tower is Alexander's urethra.
Yeah, you're going up his dick hole.
Well, but we've already made the point of entry. It was up his fist.
Well, now we've left his fist.
Yeah, we're not done with we're done with that fist.
But we're done.
We blew up his shoulder. Now we have to find another way in.
We'd be squarely in the body cavity. Right
No, we have to find another way in. That part's blocked off.
Yeah, that place is...
What is it with you guys and
is.
Why do you guys want to go up Alexander's dicks?
It's the anti-tower. I don't want to go up there. That's Square Enix.
It has nothing...
I have to go up there for lore tombs, okay?
It has literally nothing to do with Alexander.
Are you sure? I don't know.
It definitely doesn't.
Alexander was a very popular part of this patch last time.
Do you want to know how you're barking up the wrong tree? Escalia is on board with you.
Okay, fair enough.
Abandon this quest.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm actually, for the first time, I'm actually kind of excited for a hard mode. If only
because of the story, right?
If only because it connects to Diabolos. I would think we're gonna actually.
Who's so fucking weird the way we found him doing his thing, right? Haunting the city or whatever, and then all of a sudden he's popping up in Void Arc and taking off with this fucking coffin.
Which I think is that I think that makes going back to Lost City of Amdapor really.
So here's the question. Here's the question that I never really, I guess, thought of at first. Do you think that Diabolos is doing this on his own, or is he being puppeted by someone?
That's a good question.
I don't think we're going to see Diabolos in Lost City. Like,
they said we would learn something about him, though, or like what happened after he left.
Yeah, we would learn about the aftermath. And I feel like, it's probably not going to be a lot about him, but we're probably going to get a little bit about him, because whoever's taken his place obviously is doing so now that he's gone.
Right.
It could just be something as simple as like when you go to the chemical research facility and you've got like the little things on the wall that tell you history about what's going on there. There could just be stuff you click on the ground that is giving you little extra lore snippets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think I'm more excited for that than I am for the anti-tower. Unless the anti-tower makes you put on low-level gear.
I just think it's cool. The anti-tower is like, it's got the Charlayan theme to it. I think that looks cool. I want to see what that's all about.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for both of them. I was really kind of excited for the Arboretum, and then what we got, it was kind of...
There wasn't really any story in there at all.
Yeah, there really wasn't.
Well, were you expecting story? I mean, it wasn't part of the story.
No, but it was this place that was on the map that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool with this gigantic tree growing out the middle, and I did figure that we would go there at some point.
You know what they could do to increase the sort of interest level of just all dungeons going forward is do the same thing they did with the Gabul Library, or no, they did it with was it Turtle Rock, where what's her face is the Tamtar, yeah, Tamtar hard mode with all the like journal entries lying around. Just putting little things like that around,
that adds a ton.
Like how much more effort does that take, given how much more interesting it makes a place?
Right, that's really why I like the vault too, is because not the vault, the Gabul Library, because there was a lot of books laying around. You learned a lot about the Garlands, you learned some stuff about Merlwyb. Like there was just a lot sitting around.
Yeah, everything doesn't have to be cutscene Square Enix.
Right.
Just give us something cool. I mean, you saw how fucking nuts Nero went when he found out that a little island up in the Sea of Clouds was called fucking the Crucible or whatever.
Yeah, Henger's Crucible. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to play with.
If you're listening to this, Square Enix, if you really want to get inside of a Nero's head, just start throwing name references to the Crucible in the most random fucking places. We're gonna come to the studio one day. This is just gonna be like papers taped all over the wall with like little pins and like red fucking string going from different places, and we're like, Nero, are you okay? He's like, I'm on the verge of something, guys. I'm so fucking close. I'm gonna discover it. I know something's here.
Meanwhile, Square Enix headquarters, they're just like, all right, what do we want to throw in about it this week?
There's just darts at a board. Hanger Crucible. All right, there we go.
How about we direct him towards Verminion now? Oh, that's evil. I like it.
So we're also going to be getting Containment Bay S1T7. What a awesome name.
Don't do steroids, man. Don't do it.
Well, that's the next like primal / boss triad guy, right?
Next Akon.
Yes, that is Sephiroth. Sephiroth.
Not to be confused with Sephiroth. This one's been left out in the sun a little too long.
Yeah. Yes, the
that was horrible.
That was really bad. My God.
And if we don't defeat him soon enough, he'll become Sephiroth spoiled.
Oh God, no.
It's piggybacking off you.
Yeah, I know it wasn't a good one. Sorry.
Boo. There we go.
There we go.
Yes, this is the first boss of the Warring Triad. That is, God damn, he's got some muscles.
This is my favorite part here.
I'm gonna call him Uncle Muscles.
Uncle Muscles. Mr. Clean.
Yes. Yeah.
That the theme of the fight will be jump rope.
Yes.
Oh, I can
they
already
said it's
foresee.
Be like a new Titan.
God. Okay, no, already foresee so much death.
Hold on,
much death.
I am questioning the validity of this translation. Was this what they said or what the translator said? Okay. Because I don't feel like with all the negative press that the Japanese players gave Square Enix for jumping rope, they would say, "Oh yeah, here's another fight where you jump rope."
What was there another fight where you jump rope?
Titan
hard mode.
Basically,
I wouldn't call that jump rope. Like when I think of jump rope,
team jump roping is what they call it.
Okay. What the definition of team jump rope is basically the mechanics are scripted every single time, and you just have to, as a team, do the same thing every time. Over
kind of like when you stack like what's that? The Earth one called?
Yeah, Lay of the Land.
I mean, so basically all of Titan was like forward, back, left, right, up, down, forward, back. I mean, it was like you were jumping rope with your team because the fight was exactly the same every time.
I know. I guess
people were complaining that all of the raids in this game were team jump roping.
I guess what I thought when they said that was some type of mechanic that spins around the room too fast for you to like just run around. Yeah, you have to, like jump over it every time it comes around. Like literal jump rope.
I was picturing. Do you remember the first Mario Party game with the jump rope game? That's what I was picturing for this.
Well, of course it's going to be like Titan, because the dude who made it was the Titan guy who was also in charge of Thornton, and they straight up said it's going to be reminiscent of Titan.
Man, that arena is circular.
They just said there are
That is
some
a
people who
perfect
love
circle.
It is. And some that don't.
It is.
That could not be more circular.
I mean, that
You got
looks
something
like
about circles, man? What's wrong with circles?
Well, it being a
no, it's not me. It's Square Enix that has something about
I like
circles.
that it has no point.
I was going to say...
God.
All right, that one's a little better.
Oh my God.
I'm going to give you that one.
Ooh, I feel dirty.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh no. Oh God.
I walked right into
it. Wow.
Show's over. Can we go home?
Yeah, you just ended the show, Juxta.
None of this was funny at all.
No,
it wasn't.
That is the most accurate drop ever dropped in the history of drops. Yeah. So yes, it is a very circular battlefield with it. I just, man. Everyone is, I would say, so everyone else is sick of this. I'm not just the only one. Okay?
No, no. Look, we got an email one time asking why Square Enix doesn't take some type of pointers from the way that WoW designs their arenas and their encounters and stuff like that. And we kind of brushed it off a little bit, saying it's not really the same game. And I remember in one stream going on with someone on why there are such vast differences. But I'm kind of starting to change my opinion. I feel like they need to look at other MMOs and the way they design engaging encounters and take a few pointers from them, because it's getting downright fucking boring.
You know, like, for starters, like, you start with, like, the room, like everyone said. Always a circle or a rectangle. You know what? Next time, maybe an L shape.
No, not even that. Why don't you actually give it some meat? Give it some actual character. Give the room
like a J
character. I want
to change in altitude.
Not just a change in altitude. I want actual, like, crap in there. Trees, foliage, fucking boulders. Like, make it look like it's a place that you would go to.
Right after the J, put a P.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I hate you so much. Okay, so we're also going to be getting Alexander Midas, both normal and savage mode. So it is accessible after completing Alex normal. Midas normal and savage are going to be dropping at the same time. The difficulty of savage will be lowered in comparison to the first Alexander raid, and the rewards obtained from Alexander Burden of the Father Savage will enhance rewards for Alexander Midas.
Wanted to remind everyone out there that when they say the lowered difficulty compared to the first one is just in reference to the DPS checks.
Right. Yeah. So what do you guys think about this? That they're saying that the rewards from Savage will go to enhance the rewards you're going to be getting out of.
So you have to do normal mode for your first set of gear, and then you go into Savage to get items to upgrade them. I'm kind of fine with that.
No, that's actually not what it said.
T4 Savage will enhance Midas Savage.
Right.
Burden of the Father is T4.
So what? We're going to be working on one concurrent set of gear? Is there?
I'm not entirely sure what this means. Does it mean that, like, the tokens you get from T4 can be used to trade in for upgrade items for Midas Savage?
See, now what I think would be cool is that, like, you actually have to get the base items from the first tier of Alex Savage, and then all that's going to be dropping is going to be the upgrade items, which gives those lazy people a reason to go back and get their base gear out of 1 through 4.
I kind of saw it like maybe you'd get gear out of Midas, and then you could use that gear to do the original Savage, and then you could get upgrade items out of that Savage to upgrade your Midas shit.
What it does, it says that the items from the original Alexander will enhance the new rewards, is what it sounds like from the way this is worded. So what I'm wondering is if either the tokens you get from it or it will drop something that upgrades Midas, where in that case, if there are people who cleared A4, it gives them incentive to continue on with raiding. And it will also give people who are clearing Midas an incentive to go back and try to do
that's
A4.
Okay. If A4S drops something that makes the Midas gear better, that would be incentive to then go back and do it.
Yeah.
Sure that wasn't a translation error,
well,
maybe?
again, I'm going to go over the translation one more time of what we have. The rewards obtained from Alexander Burden of the Father Savage, which is what we have now.
That's 1 through 4, right?
Will enhance rewards from Alexander Midas Savage. So, yeah, it does seem like the 1 through 4 stuff is going to be either... I mean, I don't know if if they're going to add new items or if you're going to be able to take your gear from that and consume it to be able to upgrade the other pieces of gear.
Let me ask you this to those who've done Savage. So the gear that comes out of Savage right now, can that be upgraded?
No.
So it's just you get the gear and boom, that's your highest item level?
But the stuff that we've been trading our Miyachi farthings for, those do come out of Savage. So the upgrade
they don't upgrade the Savage stuff,
right?
No, they upgrade the
ESO stuff from 200 to 210.
I think I get this then, because right now what we have, this is kind of going towards the incentive to raid. What we have right now is you don't have to really raid to get the best gear because A, you can upgrade your ESO gear or you can go into Diadem and get it. Now you're as good as the raiders, right? I think this is giving those raiders a little bit of extra push. So if it was applicable right now, raiders would have their 210 gear, right? Then they would get these items from the previous raid to then upgrade to 220 and therefore be better than everybody else, and that's their incentive to keep on raiding. Or even 215, whatever. I don't know if it's enough of an incentive.
Oh, I think, you know what? For me, as a raider, it is for me. I can tell you that because I mean, the biggest thing that took a hit on my motivation is that before, like all the original coils, I had max eye level from clearing the raids and getting the upgrade items before they became available as hunts and from Crystal Tower.
Yeah.
This raid cycle, that is not true, right? It all came out in hunts. It came out in Void Arc. Everyone was 210. It killed everyone's motivation to raid. However, if that happens again next cycle, say the next eye level is 220 from the tome gear, 230 from raids, and then if I go back and clear A4 and I can get to 235, that's enough for me.
That's pretty smart. I gotta say, no, if that's what they're doing, I'm gonna. That's pretty smart.
Good tactic, because now people can't be like, oh, Diadem has just made raiding completely irrelevant.
But
it's even if it's difficult, because then I can say, okay, everyone's 230, but if I keep raiding, I can get to 235 and be just that little bit better. I would totally do it.
However, I think this is good. However, I also think that this is a bit of an appeasement for not having to clear Alex Savage 1 through 4 to get access to the next tier. I think this is
a reason to keep doing it, because so many people are like, the new raids are coming out, why bother?
Yep.
This might keep some groups together saying, okay, it is going to be worth it.
I mean, and I mean, when you know, I know that I've said in the past that I think that it should be that you should have to clear 1 through 4 Savage to get access to the next tier. Actually seeing the numbers that Arthur's had presented that 1 week makes me kind of rethink that. I actually think that this is a smarter way to do it.
This was a clever idea on their part to keep
right, because I think that if it was the other way, it would create burnout even faster, because people are like, no, I can't even do the new shit because I'm still stuck on the old shit.
Well, yeah, not even burnout. Like, I don't even think people would get to the burnout phase because they wouldn't care.
But this way, they'll get to do something new. They'll get new gear, but then once your burnout from the old shit is done, you can go back and upgrade your gear even more. I hope that's what they're doing.
Well, not to mention just getting the new gear will make doing the old stuff easier.
I actually think
that's true. That's true.
No. I actually think that this is smart. I think that this is a good move by Square Enix. So let's actually jump ahead a couple of points here in the outline. We'll come back to Diadem in a minute, but I just want to talk some of these job adjustments, because I think that this is going to be a hot topic for our callers, and I want to get straight to it because I know we've got a couple of callers that want to talk about it already. So let's talk about the job adjustments. Now, this is I think the biggest thing, one of the things that people were the most interested by and I think excited by, and maybe I don't know. I don't know. There's been some mixed responses, but tank damage will now be influenced by vitality.
Yes.
Instead of strength, so all of the all of those.
I have no idea how happy I am.
All of those tanks that spend all of those millions of gil on overmelded accessories have to be fucking pissed.
Anyone who didn't, there was no reason.
We knew that there was going to be a materia shakeup coming anyway, but this is, I think, the biggest change in calculation.
This is going to make progression so much better, because so many times, even as a warrior, you have to decide HP for progression or strength for progression, and you're like, what? I mean. I don't even know. Like, I'm so excited for this. Like, there was a point on Friday where I was raiding and I was on warrior, and I was doing, like, my opener was better than it was like so high up. I was like, oh my god, warrior DPS is awesome. I'm almost regretting doing the paladin relic. And then this came out, and I'm like, maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's gonna have to be some other balancing that goes along with it, because, like, I feel like, dude, if tanks just come out and start wrecking shit left and right, that...
See, I don't think they're going to wreck shit left and right. I think that the VIT to strength isn't going to be much different than it is now. Like, I still think that warriors' damage will be about the same. It's just influenced by your VIT rather than your strength.
Yeah.
And that way, you also have the HP to back it up so that you don't risk just dying because of it.
The biggest change this is going to affect
That's what I'm hoping, anyway.
isn't going to be that, well, now they have, they get attack power from VIT and strength, or all that VIT's going to be too much for them. Right. Obviously, they're going to compensate the other stats, and really the only reason that this was done is because someone at Square Enix felt that it was unbalanced for tanks to have to get VIT and strength gear, and the fact that all that VIT gear was going to waste, this actually puts more of their assets into play.
But it really, you had to dance this fine line of like, okay, how much VIT gear do I need? How much HP can I lose?
Oh no, yeah, sure.
Versus
it
how
was
much
probably
damage
a
can I
lot
pump
more
out?
interesting than just be like, here's this new blah, here's this new blah, here's this new blah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it kind of takes some of the meta out of the game. I'm interested by the change, but I just don't know long term if it's going to be a net positive or negative.
It's more balanced than it is interesting.
I think it. I think it will.
I
think it will.
points.
It will bring paladins back into some relevance, though.
It definitely will. I mean, but then again, like recently, I've even been using strength gear on Paladin and being fine. But it's just that, I don't know. I think this will... I mean, it also says Paladins are getting adjustments. There was some hint that Oaths will be changing somehow. There was not an actual definitive anything.
They didn't give specifics, but they did make it sound like there's going to be some sizable changes.
Yeah, they said
like,
large
adjustments.
adjustments. And not just to their offensive capabilities, too.
And my thing is I like big HP numbers, too. So I'm excited. I don't know. I think this is going to be good in the long run.
Points, and you cannot lie.
Yeah, that's why I was so sad. And like, no, you should be using strength accessories. And I'm like, but I have 20,000 HP as a paladin. Love this. No, but yeah.
Astrologian is also going to be getting some adjustments. We'll no longer be able to...
They caved on that real quick.
Yeah,
I know. They weren't going to do that.
Really reverse stance on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to have a bone to pick with Square Enix on this one, because Yoshi P said that, well, we can't really change Shuffle to not give you the same card again, because then we'll have to rebalance all the card ability attributes and stuff.
And then that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, good job, thanks.
I like that they say, like, well, we have to change the name now because it's not truly shuffled anymore. Like, what?
Well, it makes sense. You have to change the name because
they're going to change it to like Stacked Deck or something like that because they want to call it Gambler and they're not allowed to.
Yeah, maybe they should just change it so like when you draw a card, instead of shuffling it, you can be like Stacked Deck. Yeah, and then
Stacked Deck.
You just
pick
call it
something
card,
like that,
and like the next 3 cards you draw are always that card.
Machinist is also going to be getting buffs to help their overall DPS output, and other jobs are going to be receiving adjustments, but they were not very specific. So
we'll have to wait for patch notes for those.
Yeah. So let's go to our phone lines. We've got Disaster Jensen of the Goblin server wanting to talk about the tank adjustments. What's up, Jensen?
Hey guys, glad to be back on the show.
Yes, glad to have you, man. It's been a long time. You were one of the old school 11 guests,
legacy guests.
Yeah.
But
good to hear from you, bud.
I was on Twitter at 4:00 in the morning on my time when that announcement came up, and I don't know, I almost jumped out of the bed and danced.
Yeah.
Of those adjustments, because like, I always felt that that strength thing, finding that perfect balance, like you were saying a little bit ago, of the sacrificing HP to do more damage. I don't think it's gonna be so much more that like we're gonna have pretty much. It's almost gonna be having our cake and eating it too.
See,
I don't think it's gonna change the damage that much.
No, I don't think it'll change the damage. It'll just make it so that VIT is in place of strength. I don't think that it's going to like be better.
Wait, hold on. Do you guys really think that you're gonna have like the same damage that you would as if like you had all strength accessories?
Well, it's not just accessories. You've got the whole fucking left side as well.
Right. I think they're going to rebalance, though. I don't think that they're going to all of a sudden say, no, all your VIT accessories are the exact same as if they were strength, plus all the VIT and stuff on your main.
Yeah, I had someone arguing.
So you're talking. Okay, like if one strength gets a 2 damage calculation, like a VIT would get a 1 damage calculation, something like that. where you could still actually use strength accessories if you wanted to push your DPS output?
I don't think so. I think this
No?
is no. Look,
Because VIT is going to give more. They said they're going to readjust the way strength works. So I think that strength might still affect it, but I think it would be VIT is 1 and strength is 0.5. Like, I think they're going to, for Paladins, Dark Knights, and Warriors, I think strength is not going to affect as much
and
as
the other
VIT.
thing that you have to remember too, to be like, oh well, we have so much VIT though, it's going to be crazy, is they can put a cap at some point to where any VIT after there still gives you all your defense, still gives you all your HP, but gives diminishing returns, because obviously they're not just going to suddenly overpower you. Like, I saw someone in the chat was like, oh, I think that like an average warrior will be able to do as much damage as an average black mage does.
No, it
No, it
But
won't.
also, Anero,
Adjust your expectation there, buddy.
You're talking about the amount of VIT on your main body piece. Like, I'm looking at my body right now. My 210 warrior body has 107 VIT and 101 strength, so it's not that much more.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, it's not going to be that much different.
No. Yeah.
I think what the net
just going to adjust the weapon skills for it to be, instead of taking most of its multiplier off of strength, like kind of taking multiplier off of VIT instead, and like lowering how much strength multiplier for just the tank's weapon skills instead of.
Yeah, that's
it mainly being off of strength.
That's kind of a good point. Yeah, they could adjust how modifiers work on the weapon skills as well.
Right, and actually, I like what Mismatcher is saying in the chat, is that even if strength is just a little bit lower than VIT for damage calculation, if strength still does something, you might still opt for the strength accessory simply if the VIT one is like parry and accuracy. You might still opt for the strength one for some crit and det and just a slightly lower.
But they've got to be at different different modifier calculations, because if they're exactly the same,
they definitely will be.
Because if they're exactly the same, really, like the determining factor in that decision would be like, oh, this VIT earring has more crit than this strength earring does. And that's not. I don't know that that's. I think that's just a little bit too cut and dry. That might be a little bit boring to just be able to readily identify that, that way.
I mean, can't most jobs just readily identify? Like DPS and healers, can't we just pretty much just readily identify what it is?
Yes, I think that's what Square Enix wants, is tanks are the only class that has this problem, right? Like, I can wear slaying gear, but I don't, because it doesn't matter what stats it has on it, dex, right?
But it is kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just me, but it's an aspect of the job that I like.
Sure, absolutely. I agree. It is interesting, but I think the reason Square Enix is doing it is they're balancing it. They want to be balanced.
Right. They would have to do this for like every job, right? Like if strength was what that is, you're right. You always wear dex regardless of what it is on strength. And if they made it even still like that for tank, they should make that viable for everyone else. And it's just not. So
I don't think that what tanks are doing with strength is what they intended.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the strength attribute, it's going to get nerfed to the ground. You're going to get like 0.1 or 0.2 compared to like vitality like 0.5 1.5 or something. They're going to make it so like slaying accessories is not an option.
Also, I called dibs on the first email with someone raging about all the gil that they wasted pentamelding strength onto their gear.
Oh,
I want to read that one.
I can't wait for those emails either.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Although what I noticed a lot of
LimitBreakRadio.com.
What I noticed a lot of tanks used to do was actually get the strength accessories and meld VIT. But I mean, either way, I suppose.
I think the net result we're going to have from this is that bad tanks that stacked VIT will get a little bit of DPS boost, and good tanks that stacked strength are going to get a big DPS decrease.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, you know what? That's not really even going to matter anyway, because we've known for months that we weren't even going to be able to pentameld main stats anyway.
Yeah, so going into 3.2
has actually been an issue for a long time.
Going into 3.2, everyone's going to get put back onto a pretty even ground.
That's an interesting point, Juxta.
They won't have to remeld.
That's kind of an interesting point, Juxta, that it does seem to be punishing players who spend a lot of time and effort
pushing their job to the limit.
Yeah, and it kind of just. I mean, again, it will depend on how much materia shakes up the whole gear thing, and I guess it is a little bit more defensible considering that we throw out gear with every new patch. But I still, though, I mean, it does. You're going to have all of those. Strength-focused warriors getting, getting a different game plan together.
I have incoming messages from crafters and gatherers everywhere. Fucking deal with it!
Okay, now here's my question, is that Square Enix is trying to, like, homogenize what gear everyone gets, but with healers, they still want to stack accuracy so they can land their dots. So has Square Enix said anything about trying to make it so they don't need accuracy anymore?
They don't go after caster gear suddenly?
Well, they're not going to go after caster gear ever, but they're going to want to like put accuracy materia into their gear.
Well, I think that right there, that kind of just comes from that's part of the meta where you do get to pick, what gear you want, and the strategy that comes in that's just going to remain because with the healer, no, granted, I'm not as versed on healing and stuff, but like at a certain point, your healing throughput is going to be out of the roof, and you wouldn't mind sacrificing some of, mind or piety or whatever on something like accuracy or crit, right?
Yeah, this just in 3.3 spell speed replaces accuracy for healers.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing though. Like that's now like with this tank change, like that's the only role that has that like requirement to like have to like look for that gear, like look for that materia is healers.
No, because I think what this particular change is addressing the fact that tanks can go for fending or slaying accessories and gear, right?
Right.
But what you're talking about is materia, and everybody has control over what kind of materia they want. Now, sure, other people's might be a little bit more cut and dry. Like, we're obviously going after crit and determination, and healers sort of have the ideas of, well, I can go for this, or I can go for these ones. But I don't know. I don't think it's quite the same. I don't think that that's something that they would try and replace. If anything, what they should be doing is trying to give the other jobs a reason
to have a decision.
To have a decision. Yes.
I don't know how much you're going to have a decision.
Well, beyond am I at accuracy cap? Okay, crit and det. Yeah,
that's not a decision. That's being
that's
a good
an
player.
if-then statement.
That's get good.
Yeah.
Jensen, what about
in the game though?
I'm sorry. You were talking and we had you.
I'm sorry. There still needs to. I'm really hoping that this materia thing does create a lot more gear diversity with everything that's in the game right now. Because if you're a healer, yeah, you're having the problem with accuracy, but you're pretty much just dirt minding all the time. It's really complicated actually to try to play summoner and scholar at the same time, because your stat, like your stat allocation thing is really weird, because if you're it's different gear, but your attribute allocation, you're either playing one or the other. You can't do both.
Well,
I've been trying to do both since 2.3.
Or you're buying,
it's impossible.
Or you're buying a bunch of Keeper of the Hymns, like
which are like what 10 now?
Yeah,
I think they're super.
Yeah, they're
super cheap.
now,
Yeah,
so
you
it's
can
like, okay.
You can do it. I mean, it's
do those
not
things stack?
I think they do.
I don't believe so. I think they're EX.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't
term.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Pass on it.
Anyway, Jensen, thank you very much for the call. We appreciate hearing from you again, and take it easy, man.
All right, no problem.
All right. If you want to call Limit Break Radio, send a Skype message over to Limit Break Radio or dial us 810-515-8715. So,
Nero,
what?
Is there a way to change and pick what number we want for them to call into us?
Yeah, but a lot of numbers are taken.
We need to try and see if we can get good as our number.
I've tried a lot of different stuff.
Have ya?
Yeah, nothing. Anyway, so let's talk about Diadem, because Diadem's going to be getting some adjustments. Now,
I feel like the adjustments they gave aren't really anything that switches it up, or
it really to me, it's not. No. However, Juxta and I did a Diadem the other night on stream, and
that was great fun.
Hey,
I heard Juxta got a sweet piece of gear.
Did you? No, I don't think you did.
Oh no, you were the only one who didn't get a sweet piece of gear.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Oh.
For that whole run, I got like maybe 4 pieces of gear.
That's fine, because you usually got like over 20. So fuck you.
Yeah, I know. I want more than 20. I want
actually
like 80.
I've gotten 2 pieces of fairly useful 210 Diadem gear.
Nice.
Shout out to, oddly enough, Skuro, who's been helping organize.
Bite your tongue.
And
here's the thing.
I got the 210 body I got is fairly decent.
In defense of Skuro.
And the legs.
In defense of Skuro.
You too.
No, just give me a chance.
Brute.
Give me a chance. In defense of Skuro. So long as he's not trying
for you.
So long as he's not trying to make any kind of difference or impact
or talk,
he's fine. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, as long as
he just does what you tell him to do.
As long as he's not making any kind of meaningful contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he actually called in with a good point once.
I don't remember this.
Hey
It
guys,
was like a week or two ago.
remember when Nika was on Warrior and she out DPS'd him on Machinist multiple times?
LOL.
Yeah.
So yes, the quote is that the system suffered from lack of rules. We knew that, but the system will have more defined rules going forward.
Screw the rules, I have money.
That's a very vague statement, and exploration will be a larger focus in the upcoming content. Players should be able to participate in raids with diadem gear. There's specific changes. Time decreased. The hard mode is going to be dropping down from 90 to 60, normal down to 45, and easy down to 30 minutes. The re-entry time is going from 30 minutes down, going to 30 minutes down from 45. And the required turbulent. Wow, I can't say that fucking word.
Turbulences.
Turbulence?
The
turbulence.
Yes.
Turbulence.
Aether turbulence. Aether turbulence. It's not turbulence. It's aether turbulence. It's
Aether turbulence.
Putting the two words together.
Aether turbulence.
The hard mode is going to require 3, normal 2, and easy 1.
One what?
Aether turbulences.
Aether turbulence.
Hey, good job. You did it.
I did, yeah. So the amount and type of elegant tomestones acquired for winning will be changing.
Not surprising. Switching over to lore.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And whoever spawns the fresh tracks will gets to attack first.
Well, that's a novel idea.
Yeah.
Kalar Media, which is our friend here, is in the chat saying that Diadem was a massive failure, which
I don't know about that.
no, I don't know about that. I think it's a mixed bag. I think what it is right now, sure, but unlike any other events, it's so bare bones that it's very easy, as we've said before, to change it and build upon it and turn it into something that can be more successful.
Right, this made it so people aren't so burned out on it real fast, but they really haven't changed the purpose of it yet.
Yeah.
So,
like for example, if you want to trade up raid or change up raids right now, you're going to be working it from like the ground up to come up with something new and interesting.
So in hard mode, the amount of damage needed to get credit is much lower than 30%.
Basically, they were responding to that was like the rumor that you needed to do at least 30% damage to be able to get credit, and they're like, no.
No, it's not that much.
We were getting gold. Like I did one last night with Scro, and we were getting gold chests like a motherfucker
in hard.
Really?
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah.
I wonder, since the time limit's going to be reduced now, if there's a higher chance to get gold because you're not in there for as many times. Did they say that?
They did not
mention anything
because
about
like when I did diadem hard or normal for 90 minutes, I'd see like 3 gold chests. So I feel like if I'm only in there for 60 or 45,
yeah, you really got to do hard.
It also depends upon the effectiveness of your party, Nika. How fast are you killing things?
Do you have a paladin?
Isn't it RNG whether or not silver or gold drops?
No,
not necessarily.
It's attribution and RNG.
Yeah, because what my parties were saying is that like you have to get a certain amount of damage done to get credit, but then whether or not silver or gold drops is RNG, and that hard mode has a higher chance. But that it's still RNG.
No, hard mode just has more mobs that put out gold chests.
Right. They
certain mobs, certain tier of mobs can have the potential to put out gold chests, but
even star mobs can drop silvers.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's also going to be a filtering feature at the exchange window. So I guess that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, people were apparently dropping important items, so they're helping with that.
I like to think that this next bit of information came after somebody was like, the animal weapons, they're too hard. It takes so long, Square Enix. I have a life. I'm a teacher. I have kids that I have to look after. I don't have time to do this.
It's supposed to take a long time.
Yes, just pout.
They're not mandatory, guys.
It's supposed to be a grind.
You don't have to do these.
The weapons are not mandatory.
But it's a quest.
Well,
it's in my quest
nothing
log.
in the game is mandatory technically, so that's a weird thing to point out.
I think what they meant was you're not going to need this weapon to be able to progress with raids.
Dude, holy shit, the amount of time that you have to do it. I mean, seriously. Like, there's so much time between the next... The next animal upgrade is scheduled for between 3.25 and 3.3.
It'll come like mid-March.
What the fuck is that?
Mid-March. So
I thought they had initially said it was going to be 3.25.
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, I
the
thought so,
original
too.
live
So
letter or whatever said there would be a 3.25 and a 3.0.
Yeah, so
upgrade.
you know what? Let's parse this out really quick. When did patch 3.2 drop?
It's dropping.
It was
dropping.
Sorry, not 3.2, but the animal weapon patch. When did that drop?
Early December.
Early December. So you have December, January, February, March. So you have about 4 months in there, right? So there's 30, 60, 90, 120 days. You need 80 items That's not even 1 item per day, and if you're doing Beastman quests, you're getting 4 in 4 days.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the requirements are just like nothing, dude.
That's 1 in 1.
I mean, and think of how many people fucking complained when it dropped too. Like, oh, this is gonna take forever.
And you can collect tokens while you're still doing the fucking crystal grind.
Exactly.
That actually blew my mind.
Yeah. So, the animal weapons, it's going to be a while before we see the next step there. But some items used for upgrading the final stage will become unsellable. So
do they mean they don't mean the stuff for this final stage? They're referring to like the final stage.
No, I think what they're talking about is the unidentifiable ore, seeds, nutsack.
That stuff.
That stuff you can sell.
Those aren't sellable.
Yeah, they're making so you can't sell it to NPC.
Got you.
Yeah.
Unsellable to NPC.
Because it just looks like they just look like trash
they look like
items.
fucking
People were
bullshit.
selling them.
There has been a couple of times where I've like moused over it and I've been like nope.
Oh,
Not that one.
Not that one.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Almost got me there. No, that would be a nice quality of life change.
Yes.
I don't know why it's not that way right now
I don't know
anyway,
either.
but you know.
That's weird. What's the exchange rate on those items? I'm kind of curious.
Like
23 gil?
I can check right now since we're just sitting here. The bones sell for 1,200 gil.
Oh, that's not bad.
They each
Wait a
each
minute.
sell for 1,200.
1,200. Did they actually say like, all right, what would be a fair NPC price for these? I think 1,200's about right.
Yeah, 1,200 gil each of them.
Jeez. All right, let's talk about PvP. This is probably the area of the game that is getting the most love, arguably, from 3.2.
I think this is definitely the best segment of the patch.
There is some definitely beefy sections of this PvP portion. So we're going to be seeing the addition of the feast.
Nom 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 nom.
That will that's what they've been calling Wolves Den 2. So it comes in 5 variations. 8v8, purely fun, no ranking system. Can enter as a solo or a duo. Why not a full group? A full group if there are 8. If it's not ranked,
if
that doesn't make sense.
Why can't I party with the full group?
Yeah, solo or duo. We've got we finally got the changes to the duty finder and the roulettes coming in this next patch. Like this just seems like really weird. The queue restrictions.
That is a really solid QOL update.
Hold on. For the 8v8, when they say purely for fun, no ranking system, I think this is just for people. To go in there, see what it's like to be put into a situation like this. And if you could grow up as an 8v8, right? And let's say you get 8 randos versus, these fucking pros who have been tossed in there,
Joe Never
wiping your fucking face.
Joe Never and company.
Suddenly it's not going to be, that one's not going to be fun anymore.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
they do have the 4v4 light ranked. And the last 4 is basically you have solo unranked, solo ranked, so a practice mode. And then they have going in as a party of 4v4 ranked and unranked, and they do have role restrictions.
Right.
Yeah, this is interesting that you actually
kind of
surprised me. I like it.
You have to bring a ranged DPS and a melee.
It's a lot
that's
more
really
balanced that way.
I like it because it does prevent just like whatever the flavor of the month is. It prevents that scenario. Like, oh, okay, this DPS is currently the strongest. Let's just throw 2 of them in the party and go.
Yeah, or
that's
4
fair.
of them,
or 4 of them. Yeah.
Yep. And it's a lot more balanced, and then that way. I don't know. I feel like it also makes the queues shorter because every type of job is required.
Right,
so
one of each.
I don't know. I think if there were no types needed, the queues would be quicker because then you're just tossing people in.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be very balanced that way.
No, probably not.
It's about, the solo would be a nightmare if that was the case.
Players must be capped at level 60, obviously, and it will be capped item level 150.
Which is, I think, just a balancing thing.
Yeah.
That's
stupid. Wait, well, that's a weird one because the dungeon gear, the very first level dungeon gear is 160.
Yeah, that's like
they want people to be PvPing as soon as they hit level 60 or have the option to. They don't want to have to grind for it, guys.
Okay, well, guess what? That means that the rewards in this PvP are going to be purely cosmetic again.
Not necessarily. Just because
the PvP, the only place morale matters is Wolves Den, right? It doesn't matter in front lines, right?
We don't know if it'll matter in this or not. That could be something that they're reworking that we won't see until the actual patch.
But I feel like the fact that PvP gear goes higher than 150, then again makes me not care about trying to get the PvP gear because I can't even use in PvP.
We did have that caller last week who very aptly identified that participation in PvP does not help anyone who is just participating in the game in a PvE environment, and vice versa. If you play this game mostly for PvP, then participating in PvE doesn't really get you any benefits. They're very segregated systems, and I guess I think
rightfully so.
But I feel like this is even more segregated though, because if the gear you get from PvP is still can't even be used in PvP because it's going to be level capped, then what's even the point of going for it?
Well, more segregation is fine, but what's kind of like weird about it is they seem to have this really, really, really big hard-on for balance, right? Obviously, the whole tank, DPS, range DPS, healer makes things balanced, but then it's also like everyone has to have the same kind of gear, and in that case, yeah, Juxta's right. PvP gear will only ever be cosmetic. So what's the point of putting stats on it? In World of Warcraft, you had different ranks of gear, and you had to build up to those ranks to get the better gear to be competitive.
Right.
They're trying to limit this to being like purely skill-based.
Which is, I don't know that's not a terrible thing.
No, I guess not. Why put... I feel like if you're gonna, that's what it's gonna be, right? That you're intending for PvP gear to only be cosmetic, then why not just make it only cosmetic? Why put these stats?
We're talking about WoW. Do you remember the frustration of getting into like the level 20 with the guy who's completely like twinked out on that and just wrecking your shit? That was frustrating as hell.
Yeah. Okay, well, why even bother having like item levels in PvP? Why even have gear that matters in PvP? Why can't you just go into PvP naked? Because I mean, item level 150, that's nothing. That's like you're leveling through the dungeons.
Yeah, if you're not at least at 150 by the time you hit 60, then you've been doing something wrong.
What are you doing with your life?
Not Final Fantasy 14.
Not the most important thing in the world. Final Fantasy 14.
Well, and that might just be the number that they chose because that's what the gear that you get like for the rewards at the end of the season is going to be.
That just seems really low.
I don't know. So rankings are broken up into tiers. There's unranked bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Players win matches to accumulate points. Accumulating 1,000 points triggers a promotion series. Win 3 out of 5 in promo series and go up to the next rank. Riot Games employees question whether this sounds familiar.
Why? Because League of Legends was the first people to be like, you know what? Let's use the bronze, silver, and gold standard.
Yeah.
No, I was referring to the promotional series shit.
Because nothing else has ever done that before.
Who does? I don't know.
That type of thing has been synonymous with sports since forever.
What?
Not necessarily like professional level sports, but yeah, you've never been in like just random like tournaments and shit like that? You've never heard of like those things before? This
promotional series?
Yeah.
Not really, no.
Well, get out more.
What sport is this? Lacrosse?
Still a sport.
Sure, but is that in lacrosse?
So long as it's not soccer.
Well, fair enough.
I just pissed off so many
What's
people.
wrong with soccer?
Nothing.
Just a thing to
just
mention.
Jabbing people.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I mean, are they cribbing on League? No, probably not.
No,
I doubt it. Anyway, so there will you will no longer win matches by wiping the enemy team out. Each player has 100 medals. You kill players to obtain their medals. When a player is out of medals, they're not worth anything anymore. So
I couldn't think of a nicer way to write that down.
Well, it also said that the more you kill one player, the less and less medals they drop. So there's no benefit to just targeting the weakest or the worst player.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is good.
I dig that.
Right. So most medals as a team at the end of the game is the winner. And there will also be supply items that drop on the map during the battle.
This next part's my favorite part.
There is a heavy metal debuff for killing too many players in too short of a window.
So if you're too good, you make yourself a target.
Yes. You get weighed down with medals. You're just carrying too many.
I guess it is a heavy.
You got like 100 medals on you, man. That's heavy.
Exactly.
Yep.
And culling time.
That's an interesting.
Culling time debuff window. Debuff when no player has been killed for a period of time.
Which I think both of those are cool. I mean, the heavy metal debuff.
Those are cool aspects. Yeah.
The concept isn't anything new because in PvP right now, if you get battle fever, you get stronger, but you also take more damage. Don't you?
Right, and everyone also can see you on the map. They know where you are.
Yep. And the culling time debuff is just so that people don't turtle each other.
Sorry, were you going to say something, Nika?
No. I was agreeing.
The season resets every 3.5 months, so once about every major patch. Rewards for each rank are at the end of the season. Better rewards for more exclusive rewards as the rank goes up. I like the exclusivity part of it.
This next part makes me like I love it. But I also get salty because I know I'm not going to get it.
Exactly.
And I never will get it.
Good.
I know it's good.
Good. Get salty. Diamond players will be given a full set of equipment. I'm sorry. I think that's actually given access to a full set of equipment with a completely new design. I like that. I dig that.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually give it, but it said you will be able to get the full set if you were
finally. Okay. This is really, honestly, the first piece of glory gear. I understand that the stats won't matter, but it will be impressive to see people walking around in these pieces.
Are you guys ready for me to trigger everyone who listens to this show?
Why?
You guys ready?
Waiting.
Kalo of LBR and Swagatanis looking for a carry to diamond rank will pay.
Oh, you scumbag.
Well, okay,
You're the worst. You're just the worst.
He's got to have a benefactor to pay for his guild for everything. And the worst part is his benefactor's going to pay for it.
Well, let's think for a second. How will that work?
Skylar, are you triggered?
You're not even the bad person. You're not the bad person. Whoever carries you is the bad person.
This is what I'm trying. But hang on. I don't know how possible that is because can you really care in a 4-person party? If you are just going to get carried, you're going to get killed over and over. And
yeah, but I'm only worth so many medals for a certain amount of time.
Right, but if you're not putting out any damage and actually helping, that's 4 versus 3. I don't think your group can easily carry you if you're not really doing that.
You're only going to be able to do that in the 4v4 light party, which is probably going to be the most competitive.
And the ranked matches too. Yeah, I don't think you will.
Yeah, and no one.
Yeah, you're
guys. I don't know if you guys obviously don't track World of Warcraft stuff, but guess what? Carries for like end game season arenas happen all the time.
Yes, it is a huge thing.
I just feel like it's going to be kind of difficult. I mean, maybe it'll be possible once we see it, but I just feel like it'll only have to be in ranked. It's going to be very competitive.
Well, of course it would be in ranked.
Right. Well, no, obviously.
Please carry me to maximum rank and unranked, guys.
What I'm saying is people aren't really going to want to do. I just feel like people aren't going to want to do that.
There's not going to be a team good enough that's not going to be able to win without your fucking participation.
With 3 versus 4,
yeah.
and when the 4-person team is super competitive and is going to be targeting you, I think it's not. I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen. I just don't think it's going to be very easy, and it won't happen.
He's going to get to plat and just be stuck there.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. Shut the fuck up, Kalo.
And hey, guys, guess what? Remember, Kalo's only worth X number of medals, 100 medals, and if the other team is good enough, which guess what, there is PvP teams that are good enough. Have you seen Joe play? Like those matches go back and forth for like 5 minutes without one person dying.
People are going to start ganging up on the other people. So I don't think you can say that those people are never going to die in order to carry people.
Exactly.
Kalo's pro strategy is to get the heavy metal debuff on the whole enemy team.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be a team participant even if you're paying those people.
No, I'm not going to say that I'd go in there and just sit there.
Well, that's what a carry is, you dingus.
No. A carry is someone who is
you just run in and wall yourself on T5 and get a carry. That's what he did.
Well, not necessarily. In PvP,
I participated in T5. I wasn't dead for my T5 clear. Okay, so I guess I wasn't carried then.
Okay, so obviously Kalo is not the best at PvP. He goes to the people who are the best at PvP, who would never otherwise talk to him about PvP and say, "Hey, put me on your team. I'm not very good, but I have money." And they say, "Okay." And then he doesn't do great, but he's still going to be participant.
We'll see.
I feel like the people who are the best are going to have too much pride because they're going to want to be the best. You can
Nika, when you do something good, you never do it for free.
Listen, say if someone like Joe Never's team, he wouldn't want to risk falling below number 1 in order to carry someone.
Nika,
it's not going to happen.
But we're not talking about Joe Never. We're talking about random good team who's like, ooh, I like bank.
It's not even that. Guess what? These are in seasons. They get rank 1, season 1. Okay, they have rank 1. They don't need it again, so now they sell it.
But I don't think you're going to be able to get to rank 1 carrying someone over someone else who is not carrying someone. I just don't think it's going to be that easy.
Yeah, no.
Rank platinum or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get carried to plat. Sorry, bud.
This
Sorry.
It sounds like a bet.
I just don't think you can.
No, I don't.
I'm not going to bet on it because the thing that concerns me the most is whether or not my benefactor will give me as much money as I need. That's the biggest question for me.
I mean, for anyone to even try, you're going to need a lot of gil, and then the fact that if they can even succeed is another story. So, yeah. Because you'd have to convince someone to kick out someone that's good for you for a lot of gil.
All right.
And then get to number 1. Good luck.
So that's what we're looking at for PvP adjustments. This scrub can try to leech his way to diamond. It'll never happen.
Damn, I'm good.
But let's go back to the phone lines. Let's talk to Regnus Below from Adamantoise, calling in about server populations. How's it going, Regnus?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm a first-time caller.
Yeah, thanks for holding. You've been very patient as we've been going through that PvP section. I appreciate you holding on there.
It's no problem. It's actually kind of weird talking about this right after all the PvP talk. But
right.
I was just calling because I've had a lot of friends, a lot of good players on my server that have jumped to more populated servers like Gilgamesh or Excalibur purely just because of raiding. And I would just like to reach out to the community and, before you leave all your friends, your free company house, all that stuff behind, just I'm not talking to everyone. If you've got friends in other servers, or you just want a different player experience, I'm not really talking to you guys. I'm just talking to the ones that they're kind of in between, like you're not really sure.
All right, this call is being inspired by someone in particular. Go ahead and call them out. We're ready.
Well, I did. I had a white mage friend who mailed me in a Mog mail and just said, here I'm on this new populated server. Here's my character name. You're a really good friend, and I just wanted to let you know. I felt bad that he left, but it's not just him. I've got a few other people.
Listen, it's not you, it's the server.
It really is. Adamantoise is in trouble, man. The population is very depressed.
I'm looking forward to the server merges in 4.0.
Oh man, wouldn't that be grim? Wouldn't that be grim?
If that announcement would be brutal.
If the populations of some worlds had dipped to the point where they were like, we really cannot ignore this. I mean, they just put new servers in. You know what I mean? Like they just launched
solid investment.
They just launched. Well, I mean, the EU data center, it does make sense, and
sure.
that I'm sure that has been a good investment. But dude, this is a real problem. People are bailing on a lot of these low pop servers, and so what makes you want to stick around, Adamantoise? I'm curious, Regnus.
I've made a lot of friends on Adamantoise. I actually have like a little family community, and I actually work with a lot of players on the community to help with raid and the like. There's a lot of mid-core players that want to raid. They're just they're looking for their opportunities. I built a raid from the ground up, basically of mid-core players. All I required was that you're a hard worker and you take criticism. And that's not for everybody.
Those are good rules. Yeah. Those are good rules.
And I understand that, but everybody in my group, they've worked really, really hard and done their best to optimize their jobs the best they can. So I mean, just think about it before transferring to Excalibur, Gilgamesh. I mean, you might not get the best, a better player experience. You might not get accepted into a raid of just amazing raiders. You might have to start over.
That's you bring up a very good point, and that a lot of people who they jump servers because this raid group has a really good reputation. Well, I think ignoring the talent that you have in your own backyard and refusing to maybe develop some of that talent on your own, like you've chosen to done, Regnus, that may be one of the problems that this NA community has. I think Arthur's has talked about this in the past, that there's a way more of a willingness among Japanese players to be helpful and start new groups. And if one static deteriorates, they don't just look for another successful static on a server. They look for talented players that they've been playing with already and try to work something out there. And I get that not everyone wants to take it upon themselves to become a raid leader, but sometimes that's there is a reluctant leader syndrome out there. It can be done, and it doesn't have to be this gigantic drama magnet or a huge fucking headache. Regnus, I think, has got some great rules that just show up and take criticism. I think that that's a really good way to do that. Thanks for the call, Regnus. We really appreciate it, and maybe you'll end up attracting some more folks over to Adamantoise.
But at the same time, that response was straight out of 2009. I'm just sticking around for the friend list. How many times did you hear that in 11?
That's true.
So work hard.
That was deja vu.
Work hard and take criticism. Two things you don't need to be on LBR.
By the way, Regnus, since this is your first time calling into Limit Break Radio, did you have any shout-outs that you wanted to dole out to some of your fellow Adamantoise players?
Sure. Just shout out to my free company, FreeCore. It was the first free company I had. They accepted me in and taught me how to really be a really good white mage. And to everybody else in Adamantoise, has really kind of helped my progression along the way.
All 5 of you.
I really contribute my skills to you guys. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for taking my call. I really appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for the call, Regnus. We appreciate calling into Limit Break Radio. If you would like to call in and maybe share your story about what your server looks like right now, I understand that populations are a bit grim, and it's not just raiders that are hopping servers and trying out new communities. There's a lot of people who are legitimately logging off this game and playing something fucking retarded like Blade and Soul.
We need a Final Fantasy XIV baby boom.
Yeah, that would help. You know what would really help? I remember in FF11 there was a big player injection when it came to Xbox 360. There's another whole other console platform that's that it hasn't come to yet. So let's get some X boners in here.
No,
yeah,
we don't want those Xboxers.
Come on, let's get some X boners.
Yeah, that was great in the 11 days. That was an exciting time period when the Xbox people showed up.
Well, you know what? It reinvigorated Dunes parties, didn't it?
It sure fucking did.
Yeah.
It absolutely did.
That was a positive experience.
Oh, come on. It was fun, and you know it. You wouldn't spend so much goddamn time on that stupid fucking game if you didn't love it. You look back on those memories, and you're like, oh, yeah.
But I wouldn't want to do it again.
No, you probably would. But there are those sadomasochistic motherfuckers who do get on, like, one of those 2006 servers, and it's like, why?
I've seen these people. Oh, my God.
Why?
How? Yeah, there's a group, was talking to me and Nika when we were doing the stream there, and I thought, yeah, we're doing a game where we're going to get in, we're going to cap ourselves to 75, and we're just like,
yeah, there was someone talking about
why would you do
from
that?
the beginning. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna do Dunes parties and
Aniro, back during the original LBR, there was a time where you suggested everyone gets together on the 5 or the 6 original jobs and play it as though it was pre-Zillart. That was you. You wanted to do that.
Did it? Was that? Wait, hang on. Was that just like a? Yeah, that was a novel suggestion. I wasn't calling for the removal of features. I wasn't like.
Yeah. Oh no, you said you
except all the advanced jobs.
We want to play it exactly how it came out for the Japanese.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
One of your rules was if the equipment wasn't added. If it was added after Zillart, you couldn't use that equipment.
So you can it's a game to level 50 only.
I must have said this during the 11 days of the show because that's insane.
Yeah. That's what I said back during the 11 days.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah.
At all.
You bitch!
Yeah. Well,
Except obviously that would just be a novelty because we didn't get the pre-Zillart days, so it's not like he wanted that.
As much of a novelty as it would be laying on a bed of fucking nails.
Yeah. Well, it's if you don't miss it, you're heartless. If you want it back, you're brainless.
Anyway,
you still play it, you're a Scalia.
Anyway,
and Nika.
I'm not still playing. I'm playing again to finish
it's the
and then
same
quit
thing.
Again.
But the thing is, like it is really hard to it's really hard to deny that server populations are really low.
Yes,
they're really depressed. I'm sorry. I don't want to pick on people playing Blade and Soul, but just
you do.
Really the anime flavor of the month?
Okay,
the MMO, like it's WildStar all over again.
It's Bratz meets Dragon Ball Z. That's what it is. You are playing a Bratz doll in the Dragon Ball Z universe. I saw when I just saw the pictures like with the characters, I thought, oh, that's terrible. Wow. And then I saw an actual trailer on Twitch. And they're like all jumping super high in the air, and like as they take off, the ground explodes, and I'm like, what the fuck is this game? And then when I saw one of the characters, I'm like, no, tell me this isn't the game. Blade and Soul, and I'm just like, oh my god!
It really,
my god!
I seriously,
oh my god!
I get why there are certain streamers that are playing it because they're on the take from NCSoft, and I okay, that's fine, whatever.
Could you pay me to play it? Yeah, but would I be telling you how horrible it was? Abso-fucking-lutely.
No, but the thing, okay, look, if people knew that the only reason that we were streaming 14 or that we did the show was because we were receiving a paycheck from Square Enix, I think that would make people look at the show a lot differently.
Even though we slam them all the time?
I think they'd be very confused why we say some of the things we say.
But they'd be like confused why Square Enix pays
you. Wait, you're being paid by Square Enix? Like still?
Yeah, they would have guessed that like we were paid by someone else to talk about FF14.
Blizzard, we're backed by Blizzard.
Whatever. I mean, fine. Okay, that's fine. If that's how you want to do your thing, but that's just like I just rather know that the people that I'm listening to or that the people that I'm watching are playing what they're playing because of a legit engagement of the content and a legitimate interest in the game, as opposed to receiving being on the fucking take.
Do you think
I think that's annoying.
Can fake engagement, like genuine engagement? You think there are people out there who can fake that?
Sure.
Yes, I do.
Ugh, I don't think I could.
I've seen it. Have you watched some of these Blade and Soul streams? I've seen it.
Nah.
Yeah.
You sure they're not just fapping under the desk?
Dude, NCSoft was really smart. They cherry-picked some of the most popular streamers from other MMO games. And, I don't know that they're doling out money, but, it really does seem kind of strange that so many people would be attracted to really shit Korean MMO. Sorry. That's just what it is. At the end of the day, it's
all
just
I see when I look at it is boobs. That's all I see.
It's
and that's not even enough to get me to play. That's saying something.
I can Google boobs. I don't need
some boobs.
I don't need it in my fucking video game.
I'm coming.
Yes, right. But I don't know. If that's how you're funding your trip to PAX South so that you can go shake dicks with other people who nobody cares about, I guess that's a fine thing to do. But I don't know. I'd rather be here with you guys doing a show instead of wasting time
reminding people that we still play 14.
Yeah, right. Instead of fucking wasting time at a press conference that nothing even got announced at. Like, what's the news out there?
Yeah,
exactly.
I couldn't even think of it.
I'm glad that we didn't waste our listeners' money. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we now know
Fanfest,
that
brah.
FF15's announced release date will be released in March.
Wait,
we got the release date for the release date.
Jesus Christ.
They said they will announce the release date in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's if that's your biggest piece of news. Why you got to fly out there, you got to sit in those fucking why?
I'm just so happy.
Was that what we were talking about? I didn't know. All right, so let's talk about Stone, Sky, and Sea.
Wait.
What the fuck is this name? Stone, Sky, and Sea?
More like I know that shit, suck, and screw.
Koji talked about this in the second half of it, and he talked about why he would name it Stone, Sky, and Sea. I
actually got really excited when I read that headline. So I'm like, oh my god, they actually announced something that we haven't heard of yet. And then the first line was the fucking training dummies, and I almost had a fucking aneurysm.
Can I seriously? I think it was Sonoma that had one of my favorite tweets that was like, so they're putting out a parser that's not really a parser, but it is a parser.
But you can't call it a parser.
No, can't call
we
it a
need
parser.
DPS finder.
We need a code word.
It's just a way to quantitatively assess DPS.
We need a code word.
Just use ACT. Just go and if you want to know your fucking DPS numbers, go download ACT. And if you're using the PS4 version of the game, I don't know, buy a good computer, go download it on Windows and figure it the fuck out.
I like this. One of our listeners, Gummy P, says training dummy should have been called Senpai Faust.
That says Sensei Faust.
I know, but I like Senpai Faust better.
Well, no, sensei means teacher, so senpai wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
It would be sensei.
I'm going to call it Senpai Faust.
That's completely wrong.
I hate this name, though. I really do. I fucking despise this name. Stone Sky.
Gummy P.
What was
Gummy P is a good name.
He's talking about Stone Seed and Sky. Did he give a reason on why they're calling it this?
He talked about it, but I honestly was not. I could not be bothered to read it.
Hi.
It's whatever. So it is a battle challenge against a training dummy. 3 minutes to defeat it, and it's meant to be a representation of what will be required to clear raid bosses. They include it for healers too, since they believe players will expect their healers to be able to contribute DPS. No reward for completion. This is literally a useless feature.
I thought you were defending this last episode.
No, this is useless.
You were.
This is useless.
You totally were.
This is seeing it in action is fucking like what the fuck?
Hold on, did they just show the DPS dummy? Because what you were defending was the mechanic teacher thing.
The objective number that you can measure somebody's performance by. That's what we need, and that's not what we have.
I was gonna say, I told you from the very beginning, this will not give you a number.
Well, that's what we needed. That's what we needed.
Period.
That's what we needed.
However, it is nice to know that if you can defeat the dummy, that means you have the DPS to defeat the raid. If they actually have coordinated it and balanced it accurately, that if you have 4 DPS that can beat this in 3 minutes, that means
but
you have
here's the
DPS,
problem. Here's the problem then, Nika. Here's the problem. You go in and you beat the dummy, right? So then you get into a raid, and your raid wipes, and you can't figure out what the fuck is wrong. This person isn't going to be smart enough to go, well, you know what? I don't really get some of the mechanics, and that could be why I'm dying, and other people are dying, and that's why we're not beating it. Can someone help me with the mechanics? They're just going to be like, no, I can beat the dummy, so it's not me. And then you're like, no, it is you. Think so. It is you because you haven't learned how to do the mechanics yet, and you need to learn that. No, I beat the dummy, so I can do this.
Okay, I see your point, but from a raider's point of view, I don't think so, because the biggest complaint has just been we don't have the DPS, we understand the mechanics,
okay, but
we're getting to the end and fight. But here we know
those people don't need the dummy.
Okay.
People in your raid don't need the dummy, so this is for people who probably will have both of those shortcomings, and this is only a way to get rid of one of them.
Maybe. I just think that Square Enix is trying to cover their ass and say, like, hey, we didn't make the DPS check too hard because you have the DPS. Clearly, it's just you don't understand the mechanics.
But if it doesn't even reward you with even if it doesn't even give you a number at the end of it, like, what is it that what is there to tell other people that you've even done this, that you've even participated in the?
Yeah, how easy to just say, yeah, I cleared the dummy.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing that I was defending, was a way for other people to look at you and objectively be able to tell, okay, this person is ready for this. You know what I mean? Like that is not what this is. This is a completely different thing, and this sucks.
Straight up, I'm I-105. I cleared the dummy, or 205. I cleared the dummy. It's good.
Yeah,
don't even worry about
someone in chat is right. Who is that? Stefan Delumiere. Nika does have way too much fucking faith in people. It's one of her shortcomings.
Well, what can you say?
I mean, she knows people like Juxta. You think she would have learned by now?
Yeah, seriously. Like,
but I'm coming with a perspective of people who are in raids and people. Like, I know the complaints of the raiders because I've raided with not just my group now. I've been raiding with random people too and seeing their complaints. And I can just feel that the average raider will at least know, all right, it's not just a fake time block from Square Enix. That's not our DPS. We are doing something wrong with the mechanic. The average raider will understand. You're just talking about the really, really ignorant people, and I just feel like in that case, someone will tell them.
I just don't know what purpose this is supposed to serve that a training dummy doesn't already serve.
None.
That's my problem with it.
Overpaid programmers who have too much time on their hands
should be making us more glamour gear.
The only difference that I can tell is that it's instant, so that nobody else can see how shitty you are.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
That's it.
So I've been saying, Nero, fuck.
How do you fuck it up on this show?
My real name.
I don't know. I did, though.
Damn.
Pulled an Escalia, didn't I?
Wow. But seriously, I do not understand this feature at all. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We've got Arthur's, our good old friend. Arthur's, how you doing, man?
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you
What's
doing?
up, man?
Good.
Hey.
Pretty okay. Just kind of a little bit burnout from 14. I just like finished my third relic or something.
Yeah,
Very
you know,
burnt out right
see,
now.
okay, Arthur's, you are literally the only person that I will exempt from my Blade and Soul criticism because you have 3 relics. You're allowed, you can go play Blade and Soul.
Yeah, I was
Hold
about to- I was
Hold
about to
on.
say that, man.
You only have 3?
Only.
I expected more from you, Arthurs. I
Yo, cut
expected
me
more.
some slack, man. Cut me some slack.
I'll tell you what.
I
I will
was
cut
about
you.
to say,
I will cut you some slack in one condition. Can you carry me to platinum?
Oh God.
I will give you 30 mil.
Stop it.
You can carry him to platinum, just not to diamond.
Oh
Like,
shit,
I was
diamond!
about
I
to
meant
talk
diamond.
about
Carry me to
No,
diamond.
jump on the platinum thing, quick.
the request is out there. Yeah, sorry. No, you lose. So Arthur's, yeah, no, you're the only person that I could name that is that's exempt from the Blade and Soul.
You're now allowed to go play any game you want.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right. Yes, you've earned the right to go do other things. Congratulations. Now, Arthur's, what do you want to talk about today?
Oh, want to talk about mainly the Midas. The live letter mainly. Like, I feel that they kind of speed through a lot of things, and a lot of things is like left like not specific enough.
Yeah,
For example,
a little bit ambiguous. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was about to say, the Midas entry. First things first, I'm about to say the Midas Savage entry. Like, at the previous live letter, like there was some translation out there that kept saying that, oh, once you clear normal mode, you can go Savage. But actually, that's not really the case, because if you were to if you understand Japanese and you were to be looking at the previous live letter, you'll notice that what Yoshida is trying to say is mainly, if you clear, this time we don't have 2 weeks before story, 4 weeks before Savage. This time in 3.2, story and Savage will come in on the same day. Once you clear your normal, you will be able to enter Savage. So that is what it sounds like. But people translated it to sound like, oh, so I only need to clear normal mode to enter Savage. So that is...
Are you still there?
We lost the call.
Oh no, Arthur's.
Come back, Arthurs.
What happened?
Oh no, yeah, I don't know what happened
call
there.
drops.
Yeah, the call dropped out there for a second. Anyway,
Where was I?
you were saying that that the translation made it sound like you only have to clear normal mode to get access to Savage.
Yes, exactly. Because what Yoshida was trying to push out during that time, the last live letter is basically trying to tell you there's no lag between like no 2-4 weeks thing. You are able to go in right away. But a lot of people taking it the wrong way, like thinking that if you clear normal, you get to Savage. So we are still not sure about that yet. But now I want to clear it up.
What do you think is fair, though? I mean, because we did talk about the statement that they made that the older rewards from Alex Savage 1 through 4 can be used to upgrade the rewards coming out of Alex Midas Savage. Jeez, this is starting to get complicated. So, do you think that that's enough of an incentive, or do you think that gate needs to be there as well for people to get through A4S to get access to the new stuff?
Well, let's be honest, I don't mind either. What I was just mainly hoping that Square Enix can keep up so that, there's people out there that haven't cleared them for. Not because they can't, it's because they are not motivated, or they are just just 20 more days before this 3.2. Might as well just, since we already got, like I say, I wouldn't say wrong information, because they haven't cleared it up in this live letter as well. So maybe it's needed. There's a chance that it's still gated behind Savage. So there will be people out there that haven't done it yet. And then when patch day comes, when the patch note, they finally drop it and say, yes, you have to clear Savage. I think that will drive a lot of people crazy. So.
I think at that point, people will lose their fucking mind. I mean, because a lot of raiders. I mean, Nika is a great example of this. A lot of raiders have even been struggling with party makeup and people flop. We had another call about that. People flopping servers to be able to find raid groups and stuff like that. I mean, group composition and the total overall raid community, the number of people that are interested in the events and actively trying to clear them has been dwindling over time. And so I think that you'd get a lot of people who were otherwise, either at one point interested in raiding and have fallen off, or, are actual raiders that might get mad about that requirement for the clear anyway, because the DPS checks were so stringent.
Well, if they decide to go that route with it, and if we find out on patch day that you're going to have to do A4S, people are going to ask, why the hell didn't we know that before? We'd have redoubled our efforts trying to clear it before patch day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's because but it's mainly because people got the wrong information since the last live letter though. Like if you were to go back to see the Japanese notes, if you were to go back even to see the English note, you will realize that the context is mainly directed at, you will get 3.2, you will get both story, Savage same time. You finish your story on the same day, bracket might be needed, Gordius Savage, and then you can go into the Savage. So a lot of people now get the wrong information, and you realize that yesterday live letter, they just threw out one line at the very beginning. Oh, Midas and Midas Savage will be available on the same day. And then they don't talk anything about the entry, which usually before they did, before in the coin was pretty obvious because there's only one mode. Now they have a story, so I would really hope, because this time they implemented the story mode and they decided to bring the story into Midas, probably also to the final Alexander as well. So I was really hoping that this time, because this is new, it's the first time they're doing this, I was really hoping that they will clear up something. So that is one thing that I hope, I don't know, man, since we don't have any more live letter, I'm not sure if they will actually clear it up, or they just it's going to be patch.
It's going to be patch notes that clear that up.
Yeah, so either way, I'm fine. But the other thing I was about to say is the story mode gear. Oh come on, man!
Isn't it hideous?
What?
Oh god!
Yeah,
I like the ninja.
Why?
Yeah,
because
he's a fucking moron.
What do you mean?
It looks so
looks like
bad.
some modernized superhero that you'd seen the Arrow or something.
I
It looks
like the head. The head is good. Everything else, no.
It's right out of the Watchmen.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It's weird.
You were right about the tank shit, though.
Oh, the tank! Holy shit!
You look like you're a spring flower in full bloom.
What the fuck is that? What is that tank gear? It's the most hideous shit.
Compared to the tank gear, the ninja stuff's pretty awesome.
Okay, fine. I'll grant you that.
Compared to the tank gear, everything's pretty awesome.
I didn't actually see a picture of the tank gear.
It looks like shit.
The machinist gear that they showed off.
That was just a sketch, though, right?
Oh.
No,
that was actually in game. No, the machinist gear looks badass. That's probably the only gear set out of there that I like.
I wonder if I was looking at the wrong one then.
The machinist and the ninja stuff are the same.
No, the machinist and the bard stuff are the same.
Well, it's a recolor.
Then I like the color that they gave for the machinist then.
Cookie, can you throw up a link for these, please?
It's way darker than the ninja stuff.
I swore I saw the machinist and the.
It was the
ninja.
first. I thought it was the first picture.
I'm pretty sure
that was like a sketch. I thought.
No.
Oh, I mean it's a picture, but it's definitely in-game render.
Yeah, it's an in-game render, but it's not.
Oh, but it's not an actual character model.
No, it was cut out like it. No, it was printed out on a sheet.
Yeah, it's a
but it still is.
It wasn't from in-game like all the other ones are.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what's going on with that gear. It is fucking hideous, isn't it?
Better than
the lore tomes gear is cool.
Have they released those too?
Those?
They showed the ninja and the monk, and they're based on primals.
Shut up! No.
Somebody put this link in the
Put this shit up. Why haven't I not seen this yet?
Cookie, where are you?
Skyler, what the fuck have you been doing?
Ninjas is Leviathan and monks is Ifrit.
Oh, Ninja's Leviathan.
So now I have
And the bard is the Garuda one, I think.
I assumed this would already be in our outline, so I didn't look to put it in. Let me see.
What the fuck have you been doing?
Okay, there. Kookie did it. Kookie found it.
Okay, where is it?
Oh my god! What? Dude!
I like that.
Especially when we can recolor it.
We can recolor it?
Probably once you get the upgrade for it, I'm sure you can.
Oh, fuck. You know what?
Yeah,
no,
it's badass. And it does raise a fun debate about which primal will go to which job.
No, you know what? I bet the recolors for the ninja one is going to be terrible, I bet. Because you're only going to be able to dye probably the white part or the blue part, and it's going to look really awkward.
True. Square Enix, what you need to do next as far as glamour goes is we need to dye multiple aspects of the gear.
Multi-dyings.
Primary and secondary, maybe even tertiary colors. Come on.
Yes.
Come on, Square Enix.
Make it happen.
Don't let us down.
You and the captain.
I have to say that I do like the Ifrit theme on the monk. That is pretty badass.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you can click on it and make it bigger.
But I'm wondering if each job will have a different, or if it's still going to be role locked. Like if all tanks will be, because tank's going to be Titan.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it will just be one tank, or because someone in
I was kind of figuring we would get a primal to a job, but
who's gonna get Ravana? I hate those facts.
See, well, that's the thing. It depends.
What?
Someone
I was gonna say fuckers, and it came out like fackers for some reason.
Wow,
that's not what I heard.
That's not at all what I heard.
That's because I cut the word off once I realized I'm like, that's not right.
Someone in the Facebook chat had decided if each role or each job was a different one. They had decided which one would probably go for each job. There is enough primals to give everybody their own gear based on a primal. So either all tanks will be Titan, or we'll have one be Titan, one be Thornton, one be Odin.
Oh, Thornton.
Odin Dark Knight, that'd be awesome.
It would have to be like a pretty pimpin' Odin. Yeah, it would have to way outdo the
but there already is Odin here.
Yeah, it would have to be Odin inspired, not just Odin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then they also did show off. I haven't actually seen any of these. Some of the weapons that you can get from the Warring Triad. They've got the sword and shield.
Ugh, that first sword.
That sword is awful.
That's
awful.
terrible.
That's literally
what's that
the worst.
sword you used to get in 11 from the Mamul Jah?
The Makul.
Yeah, the Makul.
Makul.
Yeah. And then there's that gear set above. That actually kind of looks cool. That sketch there.
That does look pretty pimpin'.
Yeah, that is. I kind of dig that. I don't know.
Think the PvP armor rewards is going to be just 3 of them for each nation, or do you think each job is going to have its own? Because that's something that I just realized. Because when it comes to Grand Company specific
I don't
armor,
think
most of it looks kind of dumb.
I think if they're going to be locking it behind the platinum, I think you're going to get one set of gear for each role.
Yeah, I would think role would make the most sense.
That's how they've always done it in PvP.
Yeah.
Well, in other games, yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean in Final Fantasy 14.
No, there aren't. Isn't there?
Well, okay, yeah, no.
Oh no, you're right. It is divided by role.
You're right.
Well,
in
no,
PvP,
because
you PvP awards.
You can get Paladin specific, and there's the Lion Liege, and then Lynx Liege for Dark Knight
colors, but it's the same model per role.
I mean, the very starting out stuff that's done by roles, but as you go up in levels, it's
okay. I think the diamond rewards or whatever it is. I think that's going to be
job stuff. Kala was
not jobs. No, I think it's going to be roles. I think it's not. I don't think it's going to be jobs.
DPS, tank, healer. My concern was that the healer and the tank getting that diamond gear, it would look the same for both of them. It would just be colored and modeled after your Grand Company.
Yeah.
So any diamond rank who's from Ul'dah would all have the same looking gear, which I think would be dumb and lazy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know. They've never done the PvP by Grand Company though, except for the gear wise. So.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. It's just something that popped in my head.
Yeah.
Arthur's. Thank you so much for the call. If you'd like to be a caller to Limit Break Radio, send a Skype message over to Limit Break Radio or 810-515-8715. We'd love to hear from you about your opinions about the upcoming 3.2 patch, as well as any and all of the information that was dropped in Live Letter 27. So we're also going to be getting orchestration, which
orchestrian.
Orchestrian's
coming in.
I'm sorry, I thought that we were getting something that's a real word.
No.
Since when?
Cassie doesn't use real words.
Okay.
Valetione.
Jukebox. It's a jukebox thing with about 47 tracks to start off with. More will be added over time.
I have to tell you, it is a real word. Okay, it's a name for a machine that plays music and is designed to sound like an orchestra.
Shut up.
It's like one of those jukeboxes where you see all the little organ pipes in the top coming. That's an orchestrion. It's a real thing.
Well, thank you very much for knowledge of recent history, Nika. I'm really impressed.
You're welcome.
Can you also let us in on how your game of stickball does later? because I've heard.
Hey, it's stick hoop.
Oh, stick
Okay,
hoop.
would you really just want them to call it jukebox?
Yeah,
in terms of the technology that exists in this world, there's not like electricity jukebox. Like that just wouldn't fit.
They should have called
Lightning
it the
crystals.
barred box.
It should have literally been a Lalafell in a box. That's all it should have been.
A little harp.
Yeah, right.
Little slots to give them food if you want.
You put like a carrot in it and sings.
Just go full on Flintstones with it.
Wow, that's so next gen.
Well, it's a living.
47 tracks to start off with. More will be added over time. You have to find these tracks.
Right.
Each one will have a hint on how to obtain it, and completing battles with lower eye level might equal higher drop rates.
Yeah, they suggested that.
And this is finally. They said using the minimum eye level thing.
I love that they make something interesting and then attach it to something totally cosmetic that only like 7 people are going to care about. I think that this is cool, but I can understand people who are looking at this like, wow.
You know what the problem is? You're going to get a hint, and it's going to be like the fucking sightseeing guide where you have to like farm it at a specific time in certain weather.
I don't think so.
I think at least a few of them are going to be like that.
I don't think all of them will come. Well, maybe, but I don't think all of them will come from battle. Some
Probably
will come
not.
from achievements of sorts.
Some said that they would come from vendors as well.
I'm calling it now. Answers is going to be T13. And you're going to need minimum eye level to have even a chance of it dropping.
Naked. You have to do it naked.
What's my hint for the Ravana soundtrack? Slay a giant insectoid monster. What could that mean?
The hints are never that straightforward.
No.
Don't even.
So, I don't know.
But like Ravana theme, like I can guess where that's going to come from.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit. I think it's reminiscent a little bit like Triple Triad cards.
Yeah. Leviathan's hint will be it's a new world.
Shut up.
God damn it.
We need to have a pun tracker. Juxta, next episode, let's have a pun contest.
Can we celebrate by hitting you every pun you make?
Do I get to hit back?
No.
How about every pun I make, you get to hit Escalia?
Okay, I'm fine with that.
All right, cool. I love that punishing idea.
All right, De Niro, you get one. Hey, don't breathe into your mic, Escalia. That's rude and unprofessional.
You know what? I don't care. It's okay. It's all right.
All right, let's get through the end of this live letter. Materia melding, there's going to be changes to that. We've known that that's going to be coming down the pike for a long time. Advanced materia melding will not work on the base 6 stats. More melding opportunities overall on individual equipment. We don't really know. The details about this are still pretty sketchy. For a system that they've said that they're going to be coming out with for a long time, there does not seem to be a whole lot of concrete details about what exactly is going to be happening.
They don't want the materia market to crash yet, I think.
Yeah, you know what? That is a good point. That is a good point. They did say, they did make sure to temper all of the talk about the materia system with like, look, we're going to be adding a bunch of different more outputs for materia. So all of you people who are just sitting on materia, just like don't sweat it. It's going to be okay. So
I did say something about there being like more ways to get it, so don't worry about having to spend 1 billion gil, because like I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah. This is interesting. A lot of people are really interested about this, and if you've got any thoughts, we'd love to take your calls at Limit Break Radio or 810-515-8715. But let's talk about the mentor system. This is going to add
I'm interested in this.
It's going to add a new roulette, which is, I think, the biggest reason to do it. But the requirements include including having 1 tank, DPS, and healer at level 60.
Haha, suck it, nerds.
You must have completed at least 1,000 instance dungeons or trials. You must have over 300 commendations. And in lieu of these requirements, a crafter or gatherer can become a mentor by having crafted 100 collectibles or gathered 300 collectibles. Mentors can invite beginners to a special chat channel, and mentors must invite them as there's an RNT countermeasure. And then we will also get the mentor roulette will become available. There's not much in the way of rewards. However, you will get a priority queue position with a group of players clearing it for their first time, so that you get bonuses. That I think is kind of interesting. Although I have been running into do new player bonuses left and right, just queuing for normal roulettes.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess I never really
still
thought
going
about.
for your anima, man. Those
they do. They help a lot, but I mean, I guess like
do
even
they though? I mean,
but
the
even
run
in this-
takes so long with a new player.
But it depends on what you've been put into. I
It's
guess.
kind of surprising if you think about it that this late into the development of the game, and with as many people bailing out as there have been, that there are still new players that are coming to this.
New characters.
You know what it is?
Well, no, there are still new players. Like there, but the thing
definitely
is
new
that
players.
the dungeons that and it's not always slow because the dungeons that you get that aren't necessarily part of the storyline, people will have the gear for that. Like I got a Wanderer's Palace normal or something like that with a new person who was like 140 eye level. Because they had already done all the story, they breezed right through the story, and then went back and did all the dungeons they missed, and I got free tomes, which is awesome. So, it goes both ways.
Or getting them in the main scenario dungeons, that's like doubling your tomes you're getting there, and they're really doing nothing.
Yeah, no, a new player in main scenario is like, oh, thank you. You don't have to do anything.
Just watch the cutscenes. I'm going to sit here and fap.
I will have Effort Dead by the time you get out of that cutscene.
Right,
I
just
promise.
watch. Yeah, just enjoy yourself. Watch the cutscenes.
Well, skip the first cutscene so we can get out of the town thing, out of the force field. But then just take your time.
You guys know why we're getting so many more new players. It's not that we're getting more new players, it's that the pool of players that have completed the content have left, and so the people that are remaining are the people who haven't cleared it yet. The pool of players that have done the stuff, I'm
sorry. No. Praetorium takes fucking 45 minutes to clear if you if you struggle.
No. Praetorium takes 20 minutes. It's quicker than Quacker. It's quick. it's quicker. It's quicker than Castrum now.
It is. Yeah.
But do you see what I'm saying? It only takes running it one time and that bonus is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like every time I queue for it, I get a bonus.
Yeah, I don't think that it's what Juxta's saying.
No. For dungeons and stuff, that's what it is. Yeah.
Because how are more veteran players on the server keeping other people from queuing and clearing?
No, he's saying if there's a general player base of people who have cleared and haven't cleared, the people who have cleared now are leaving, so that's dwindling down.
Yeah, but who's reluctant to clear for fucking Praetorium when that's where you're at in the storyline?
Praetorium. I don't know. I haven't gotten a new person bonus in 3 or 4 weeks.
I always get it.
I get it all the time.
In main scenario?
Every time in main scenario, every time
doing it.
Every time in leveling, everything that I go in, trials included.
Leveling a lot of new people, but I don't usually do that on a job.
Here's the thing, though. Since I started leveling Dragoon, in leveling, I've never gotten a Heaven's Ward thing.
Really?
Really, not a single one.
Every time I queue in leveling on my machinist, now that it's above 50, I always get Heaven's Word.
Oh, you're lucky.
I know, because you get fucking great XP out of it.
Yep.
It's so awesome. I love it.
I'll get leveling roulette and get put into Cutter's Cry, and it's fuck.
So we've got stuff for crafters and gatherers. There's a very large number of new recipes being added. Collecting ingredients will not be the problem that it has been in the past. Gear that looks like Allegan and high Allegan gear, except dyeable, will be craftable.
No, really? Stop.
I like that.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool that it's dyeable, but we thought they were going to turn the original gear dyeable. That way it gives people a reason to go back into it.
No, they want to make crafters relevant. Also, what is interesting is they said that it wouldn't require as many hard materials to obtain because people were pissed off about how hard it was to get materials for new shit. However, it requires some kind of mystical blueprint to unlock the recipe, and we don't know how to get those yet.
I'm sure it's going to drop in Crystal Tower or something like that.
No,
it'll probably drop from Coil, from second Coil.
I like that they're coming out with new glamour recipes. We seem to be getting 1 or 2 new cool sets that are nothing but glamour per significant patch,
and that's cool. I'm all right with that.
They always look really cool.
That Marion stuff is still sweet.
It's still expensive.
Yeah. If you have to pay for it,
it looks good. I mean, it does. That's a good looking set. Let's see.
I could make that shit if people have materials. But
new rewards for red scripts and more adjustments coming in a hot fix on February 25th. So if you're a crafter or a gatherer, you will have stuff to look forward to in 3.2 as well.
So quit your bitching.
And let's talk about some of these quality of life updates, because these are really cool. The Allegan Tombstones of Lore are going to be added. Now, I really don't fucking understand this. Every time that we get closer to a patch, there is inevitably somebody I see that goes, well, I just want them to lift the cap on esoterics. Well, what do you think? Like, what do you no, poetics. What is the current highest one? What's the
law?
Is it law? No,
esoterics.
It is esoterics. I said it right the first time, you dumb shit.
I don't know where you're going with this.
No, but every single time, there's someone who's like, oh, I want them to uncap esoterics. Like, they're gonna fucking they never do that. They've never done that. All they do is they take away the last tier of the Allegan tomestones, replace it with they just add a new fucking currency.
Yeah, they always do it. Law becomes ESO.
Why do people say this shit?
Currency every time.
Why are people?
ESO is going to be uncapped.
I know.
Is when the next tomes come out.
But then they're gonna want lore to be uncapped.
I know, and that's stupid. It's never gonna fucking happen. Never gonna happen.
That's the only way to time gate people into not getting max eye level in one day. If they uncapped lore from the start, there would be people with max eye level or as far as you can get in one day. Yes.
You get people doing the law.
What you want.
The law grind back when 3.0 came out.
Exactly.
People grinded
as
law.
Frustrating as I understand that it is for people who have that kind of time, like, you would get so bored so fast because you would have literally no reason to log into this game. So most of the tomes will be uncapped. Let the one new stuff take just a little longer to get so you feel a little bit better when you get it. There's no need to poop sock that shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, not that being done with getting your lore tomes on Thursday and then not having any point in getting more until Tuesday again is any fun either, but
right. But apparently they want to get it all in one day.
Sure.
If you really don't understand the logic between the 450 cap every week,
go play Boob and Soul.
Maybe.
No, please don't. Please don't do that. I mean, go do something else, but don't do that.
Let's see. Can be gathering while duty window pops. That's good. That's a necessary change.
Fucking giving into the we wants on this next one.
The sword and shield rewards can be obtained at the same time.
Jesus Christ. Square Enix, at this point, just make them the same item.
What does that mean, sword and shield rewards?
Instead of buying the sword, then buying the shield, you buy them as one.
Oh, okay.
Dumb.
Well,
that's dumb.
No, I like that.
It doesn't make any sense.
It does, because then you buy the shield with 3 tokens or whatever, and then you have a little bit of an upgraded item while you're trying to get your sword.
Yeah, exactly. No. That makes sense. They're talking that the rewards will be obtained at the same time. They're getting rid of that. They're getting.
I don't like that.
You don't like having a slightly upgraded item while you're working on your other one?
No, I don't like that they're changing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's because I think she misspoke, because we all thought she was saying that.
I thought you were saying that it was stupid that
they're making the change.
Yeah, it's stupid that the change is coming. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they're getting into we want.
Okay.
We want them at the same time. Here you go.
Yeah.
Who wants that though?
I don't know. I literally.
It's making it fair for everyone else, because right now Paladins can get their weapon like a week earlier.
Sweet Jesus.
But it's also weaker, isn't it?
No, it's the same strength as the. Well.
I mean, it's the same. No, it's not any weaker than any other.
Do they benefit from their weapon as much as the DPS benefits from their weapon?
Make it fair for everyone.
The weapon damage is as normal as a normal other weapon, but the stats are lower because they have a shield too.
Right. It doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense because you buy swords and shields separately, so it wouldn't be any different than if I went and bought a crafted shield.
I really hope they don't make it. They don't make them a single item. You know what I mean?
Oh, that would be super terrible.
Just fucking delete shields from the game because they serve no purpose. And
That's not true.
It's fucking true. It's like ninja daggers. They're the one item.
Give us a second dagger for glamour.
There you go.
Doesn't have to do anything. I just need it for glamour, Square Enix.
It really, I mean, Juxta's not wrong. It really, shields don't serve a compelling
they do.
No, okay, no.
Shield block damage is a legit
when
thing,
you block something, does it make a shield item, like you're blocking it? Do you like lift your shield up?
Just roll the shield in with the fucking sword, because there's only one shield per tier of weapons.
Oh, you're saying it show the shield, but make it one item instead of 2 items?
How are people going to glamour it then?
Fuck those people.
Yeah, the glamour is
Ninja can't do it, neither can Paladin.
Is worth it.
Well, and it's not like mages use fucking shields anyway.
No more.
Yeah, no. I haven't seen.
But I don't always want the same glamour on my sword and my shield from the same monster.
Too fucking bad.
It has to be separate.
Oh, boo fucking who? Ninjas have to do it.
No, I feel you. I think ninjas should have 2 daggers too.
Don't feel me. Bad touch.
So this is the biggest change, and I think the one that is most celebrated by everyone. You can finally queue into Duty Roulette as a party for Expert 60-50 leveling trials, guild tests, and main scenario.
There it is.
Everything except frontline roulette.
Best part
Everything
of the
except
patch.
frontline and mentor.
So now,
best part of the patch that should have been in the game at least a year ago.
I'm super excited that I can queue up with the other 7 people on my server now.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Now reset day is going to be all roulettes.
Right?
Yeah.
It pretty much is going to be all roulettes.
Fuck the randoms.
It like honestly, like I mean, it's a good change, but like why it took so long is totally beyond me. They're going to be adding a teleport history.
What the fuck? Why?
Well, that just means so you don't just scroll like if you're teleporting to something way far down.
Can you search other people's teleport history so I can find out where Senpai is going at all hours of the night?
Look.
No, it's like a favorites window, but it's a remembered history. So it's like your favorite teleports, so you don't have to scroll through the entire list to find it.
Here's a very useful application for it. When you were going back and forth to a specific camp to be able to turn in Lev quests for crafting Lev quests.
Yep.
That's like the perfect application for it.
So you can save half a second.
Yeah,
what you do?
It's just a quality of life thing. That's it, and it's good.
No,
we don't need it, but it's good.
You click on whatever region it's in, the red, yellow, whatever. You click on that, you favorite that, and then you see the star, and your eyes are drawn to that one.
That's
what you do.
You don't want to favorite every single teleport you're doing leaf quest.
I would rather have better wind effects so I can see my hair blowing around.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
So
capes.
They're also gonna. They're also
want capes.
no, you don't. They're adding more idle cam features, which yes.
What does that mean? Like what
what else can
features?
you add?
Unless you can filter what types of things it focuses on.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
A filter
that,
would
or
be
they're going to add
awesome.
different angles, or
No Lala
They also said they're adding more function for the group pose, which I don't really understand because maybe different camera angles for that. I don't know.
Or what if you can program in different poses for your group to do?
No, you can. Well, each person types whatever pose they want to do, and then you hit group pose, and then they all do the last pose they typed in. So it already does that. So
Fair
I don't
enough.
know what else they could do for that either.
Well, that's why you're not on the dev team, Nika, and you're a tank.
What?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because tanks just stand there and get hit.
There's going to be improvements made to the hotbar. Recast time can be displayed in
I
numbers.
actually like this because
good.
sometimes my timers are so long that when they get small, I can't tell how much longer is
I agree.
left, and you have to hover over them and then look at your fucking.
I agree. It's a great change. Great change. Furniture is going to be added to the a statistician. Like basically, you can
have an aesthetician.
Get a haircut in your house.
That's the only thing that stops me from getting more haircuts. I don't want to fucking go back.
They finally have removed the use of the inn.
Yeah, like I honestly
Rip
thought there
in.
was
No.
a
Oh, wait, never
point,
mind.
but I thought this already existed, but I guess it doesn't.
No,
like,
it doesn't.
why doesn't this exist?
Can you have a toy box in your house?
Yeah,
pretty sure you
You
can.
can.
I think you
And
can.
I think you can have an unending journey too.
You
can't
can.
I think you can.
Rip in
What
room.
about the storage chest? Can you have
Armor?
that too?
Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
Poor Momo
Okay,
Meanie.
well,
She's
I
not
don't
going to have any way to like get income now. She's going to have to resort to like prostituting on the corner. I mean, you know how kinky those Lalafels can be.
Yeah, whatever. Suck it, Momedy.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. They're going to be adding a die preview for furnishings. That is,
Thank God.
another
And why
function
doesn't
that's
that
like.
exist already?
Yeah, maybe I'll dye
why
some stuff now.
Why is that not there?
I'm going to make everything metallic green.
You can't.
Why?
Won't let you. Trust me, I've tried.
Metallic?
Yep.
You can't use metallic colors?
No.
What the fuck, Square Enix?
God damn it. Features to sell items directly from retainers. And, of course, Adamantoise mount can fly. And
you,
it's
Square Enix.
spinning flying, which is accurate to Gamera. We are getting Gamera.
And you know what? I have
Gamera is filled with turtle meat. Gamera is really neat. He's a friend to children everywhere.
I have a bone to pick with Miss Kooky Persona. When you guys were going crazy over the live letter, the thing that woke me up, the first message that I saw is that spinning turtle is so stupid. You wish you could spin like that turtle does, Kooky. And you know what? You can spin yourself right over to Swagatonis later this week.
Dude, the spinning turtle is stupid.
Spinning turtle's fucking awesome.
Gamera.
Sure,
And
it's
make it
Gamera.
dizzy.
No, it's stupid.
You're going to die
My
in like
character's
20
gonna,
seconds
like,
as you
puke
go
off the edge
flying
and
off
it's
of
gonna
it.
land on someone.
No, Gamera. Look, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Gamera is a friend to children, and whenever he flew, he never had children flying off like some out of control
merry-go-round of
jungle gym
Great. 60s
apparatus.
Japanese movies ignored physics. Good to know.
All right.
Just saying. Just saying.
Let's talk to someone who isn't stupid. We have Joe Never Fails on the line.
And I think also, is Allie Pride there with you as well, Joe? Joe.
Hey, what's up?
What's Joe?
No, Joe's standing right here next to me. This is Ollie Brooks.
Okay, yeah, we were told that that Joe was also on the line. But what's going on, Allie Pride?
Allie Pride used Joe Never's name to get on the show.
We're down here at we're at Zach's house.
Yep.
You're waggling dicks with people?
Check out the convention.
You guys
Anything exciting going on?
Who are you waggling your dicks with?
It's just you, Joe. We're waggling.
Just you and Joe
Just
waggling.
to hang
Okay.
out.
All right. Cool.
Well, cool. So, has there actually been anything interesting talked about at PAX South? Like a big announcement?
Not much. It's all indie stuff. Well, I mean, it's not all indie stuff, but there's a lot of indie stuff.
Well,
at least from what I've seen.
That seems like
Joe's been here for 3 days, so he's seen more.
That seems like at least worth the $1,300 investment to go out there.
Hey, maybe the next Undertale is coming out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
No, he's not doing another one.
I meant like spiritually. Yeah, Jesus.
Well, that's already out. It's called Pony Island. Anyway, Allie, what did you have anything specific to talk about, or did you just want to shout us out from PAX South and make us feel bad that we're not there?
Just doing a shout.
Oh, okay.
Just doing a shout that we're here.
Fair enough.
It's rare that we can hook up with Joe down here, so we figured we'd just call in.
Oh, well, that's cool. Well, we appreciate the call, and I really wish that, we had an opportunity to interview you about something interesting going on the show floor, but it doesn't seem like there's anything to even ask about. So,
we'll see. Maybe I'll call back for a final encounter.
Well, maybe we might.
Here, let me pass it to Joe.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. We're getting passed along to Joe. All right. I guess that's a thing that's happening now. Anyway, Joe.
Yo, what's good, guys?
What's up, Joe?
Joe Never.
Joe Never.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. All right. Is there been even one iota of anything interesting announced out at PAX South?
Honestly, there was more interesting stuff from the live letter. And
from any game at all, is there anything?
Honestly, there isn't as much like big video game hype at PAX South. PAX South is more of like a close knit, like really like big like gamer love convention than it is like than a PAX East and a PAX Prime and a PAX North. So like
dick waggling convention.
It's not as huge. Like there aren't as many people here. There's not as much like large video game presence. Like there's a big Street Fighter V thing. There's a big Dreadnought. Dreadnought's pushing pretty hard over here. There's a big Intel booth.
Yeah,
and there's a big I forgot the other game. It's so the one with the spaceships and Elite Dangerous. Yeah.
Okay.
Big, very dangerous booth.
Gotcha. Yeah. See now, one of the criticisms that I've heard is that there were actually more video game centric things out at South by Southwest than there is at PAX South, which that stings a little bit.
But PAX South is also a fairly new convention, and from what I hear, there's a lot of like really cool concerts, and like you said, it's more of a gaming like love convention, right?
It's the Woodstock of gaming.
It is. It's more, exactly not even. No, I wouldn't go that far, but it's San Antonio, Texas. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a huge place where there's also another like nerd culture like nearby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So Joe, best estimate. There's like 50 people there. 60?
No, a lot of people. No, people go to PAX South. I know a lot of people there.
Yeah, there is a lot of people out there.
PAX East was about 8K. PAX Prime was about, I don't even know, dude. PAX Prime was ridiculous. TwitchCon was about 5 or 6K. Like there's a decent amount of people here, but I wouldn't say there's nowhere near as like this is the smallest convention I've been to. It's bigger than FanFest, but it's not as big as PAX East. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, Joe, thanks.
And it's only a couple years old, I think.
Yeah, how many years has it been going on?
There's also a lot of younger kids.
Yeah.
This is like its third year or something, right?
PAX in general.
Well, no, I know that PAX has been around for a while.
I don't know about PAX South.
I think this is only its second or third year.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it till today when Visenya brought it up because she's there. So
yeah. Joe, while we have you, just real quick, so that we don't keep you from the clearly very interesting things that are going on at PAX South, but so what are your thoughts on these PvP changes that are incoming with 3.2? The feast getting added. What are you're obviously you're big on the PvP thing. What are your thoughts, man?
I'm really excited. I'm very, very excited. I think they gave us just enough information, and it's going to be like from what they've told us. I can see it becoming a very fast paced and a very exciting addition to the current level 50 4v4 in the Wolves Den. So I'm just really excited for it. The 8v8 is not going to be as much. There's not going to be a lot of traffic in the 8v8. There's going to be a lot of solo queue ranked and a lot of 4-man team ranked matches. The danger time and the boxes, the supply drop system, and whatever the heavy metal. All those things are going to make gameplay like really, really fast. You're going to want in. You're going to want to get efficient. You're going to want to kill people. You're going to have to be strategic about who gets medals, who doesn't get medals, to avoid somebody getting one of your top DPS getting heavy metal. I think it's gonna be really fun, dude. I'm excited as hell.
I have an important question for you, Joe. I got an important question for you. For 30 mil, would you help me get to platinum?
Oh God,
Diamond.
Honestly, like I might stop raiding to PvP. I'm just keeping it real. Like I might to that point where like PvP might be my first priority in the game.
He's talking